John Bentley.
Yo, what's up, Cowboys fans? It's your boy Jay Tuck, back with another Cowboys fans only episode, man. So y'all know the drill. Go ahead, comment, like, subscribe. Somewhere down there. Also, make sure y'all hit me up on Twitter at JTuck151. But as you see, man, I got some very special guests with me. Now I got my guy Spoon in the house, Nick's in the house. I got my guy Elton in the house. What's going on, y'all?
What up?
Yeah. What's good?
Good.
Battling is what I'm doing. I'm battling over here.
Yeah, man. So your prayers to our guy Nick's, man. You know, he got the vid, man. So definitely got the vid.
So. God bless.
Yeah, man. So stay healthy, man, because it's definitely no joke, man. Like I said, I recovered from myself. Yeah, man. Let me have one more guest, man, because this is what it is, man. He feel like we about to jump him tonight, man. So he's been kind of up in the air about wanting to come on. Like, we're good, man. He's like, oh, y'all can get me 4-on-1. Got my guy, Cowboys fan talk, Mr. Rome, man. What's going on, bro?
Mr. Rome.
Yeah, man. See, it's all love, man. It's all love, man.
I already know what's up tonight. Cool.
Hey, it is what it is, man. Hey, we got a few things we want to talk about, man. So definitely go ahead and hit that subscribe. But before we start, man, I want to make sure everyone knows where to find you guys at. So Spoon starting at the top, man. Let everybody know where they can find you at, bro.
Oh, you can find me on Twitter at Spoonie881. And also you can find me on Star Game Podcast alongside with BJ Nix and Miss Mariella. This all season, we on Wednesday night. 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern.
Yep. Nick's, go ahead. You can go ahead and mirror that pretty much.
Yeah, man. I mean, Twitter, as you see at the bottom of the screen, _guy_Nick's. Man, come follow me over there. Of course, Stargate Podcast is the YouTube. Hit that sub, hit that notification button. Stargate on Facebook as well.
Yeah. Rome, tell the people where they can find you at, man.
What's going on, man? It's your boy, Mr. Rome. You can find me on YouTube, Cowboys Fan Talk, on Twitter, Cowboys _Fan Talk, and Cowboys Fan Talk on Instagram.
Yeah, then last but not least, my guy Elton. What's going on, bro? Let them know they can find you.
Yeah, I am on YouTube just as my name is Elton Coston. Twitter, I am thinking is DC2483.
All right. So, fellas, let's get into it. Now, me and Spoon and Nick, we talk about this at length, man, but I want to get you guys' idea, Rome, and also Elton, man. So, what is your guys' thoughts on the new hire with Dan Quinn also bringing Joe Witt in as the defensive the passing game coordinator coach? What's you got any concerns? How y'all feel? I know a lot of people are kind of torn about the resume between these two, especially how they last performed in Atlanta. So, how y'all feeling?
Who want to go first?
Yeah, Ron, you go first, man.
Hey, I made videos about both. I feel like, of course, I'm usually the optimist of the crew, especially when it comes to, I guess, looking towards the future.
Mhm.
You know, if not, why we doing this? You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to be negative unless it's blatant. But I like the Dan Quinn hire. One, because he's not necessarily Mike McCarthy's best friend.
Mhm.
I know Joe Witt has familiarity with Mike McCarthy, but I do like that Dan Quinn seems like he hopefully can run his own entity. I like that they're going outside of the box with the D-line hire. It's not just like a domino effect where, you know, everybody that knew Mike McCarthy, come on in, you know, you get a turn.
Right.
So I like that. I do like the scheme that he's going to be running. At least I think the scheme he's going to be running.
Right.
I feel like it fits our personnel better. And I feel like getting the hire done that quick is good so they can start figuring out what they want to do with this draft and free agency, et cetera, so they can attack the key spots to fill to make this defense work, because as good as his scheme is, I think, and as much as it fits our personnel, we need about 3 or 4 more pieces to make it really click.
Right.
I'm not saying top 5 defense click. I'm just saying top 15 defense, which is what we need. I think top 15 is our sweet spot. Joe Witt, as far as from what I've seen, he was a part of the Cleveland Browns 2 years ago when they had the top 7 ranked pass defense in the league, and that just lets me know that he got some skill at coaching. Because when I look back at that Browns team, they had talent, but they didn't necessarily have like show-stopping DBs in the back. They had some good talent, but not necessarily like ones that are just break your neck. So there was some coaching that had to be involved in that if he was in the head of it. Right. So I know that I just want to know if he got his teaching chops, because I feel like last year they would throw the scheme on Zoom and be like, y'all got it? All right, I figured it out on the field. Right. So, you know, so that's how I feel about it. I think they both good hires. I just feel like, you know how like you get that, like Dan Quinn, he probably been coaching hard. He didn't work his way up through the ranks. He been a head coach. He been in Super Bowls and all that. Right. I hate when people come to Dallas and get comfortable because of the bright lights. Right. So I hope that he comes to Dallas to work and not comes to Dallas like, oh, I'm straight. Because I think that's what happened to McCarthy. Right. Like, I'm good. You get a little too comfortable.
Yeah, just happy to be here, man. Just happy to be here, part of this team and this organization. Just happy to have a job. Elton, man, how you feeling about the hires with the defensive coordinator also and Joe Witt?
I actually like it, sort of like you just said, because it fits the personnel better. It is pretty much what Chris Rashad did in 2018, when actually we thought we had the best young line back in court. The defense carried that team probably the first half of the season. So I am good with it.
Right.
I don't need a top 5 defense. Give me a damn top 5.
Right.
Right. Actually, we can win 12 to 13 games.
Right. Right. Exactly. Spoon, Knicks, you guys want to add on to that? I know we didn't talk for hours about this. But are you guys still okay with it?
Yeah. I mean, I'm at a 7 on it, man. You know, I'd like to see maybe Quinn move some of these other guys at the linebackers coach and everything about the way, bring all of his guys in here shortly and quickly, so we won't be here all night on it. You know, the thing about Witt, if you go back and look at, you know, whether the Tremont Williams or the Sam Shields of the world, he was able to coach them up to Pro Bowl levels. The one, and I'll hang my hat on this so we can keep it moving, is that we heard a lot from these players that the guys that were here last year might have been okay coaches, but they wasn't really good teachers. Yeah, and the one thing that we've heard a lot about when it comes to Quinn and Witt is not only are they good coaches, but they're also very good teachers of the game as well. So we'll see if that pays benefits moving forward in that retrospect. You know, for everyone that wants to say, hey, this went really bad in Atlanta for Quinn and oh my God, the sky's falling. Just remember, take a Todd Bowles, for instance, who was a head coach, and now you see what he's doing with that defense over in Tampa. Some of these guys are just better as a defensive coordinator, not having that hat of being the CEO of a whole team as a head coach. The last 2 times that he was a defensive coordinator, his teams were in the Super Bowl. I'm not saying that's the case for us. Right. I'm just saying understand and recognize what Dan Quinn is and judge him on what he's going to be with this defense.
Right. I agree. I talked to my girl Moving and Chain. So she said, I really wanted Matt Patricia at DC, but I'm not mad at Quinn. My only concern is that the Jones won't get Quinn the talent he needs to build the Legion of Boom 2.0. So let me guys ask you this. Was there any other hire that was on y'all radar that you're kind of upset that the Cowboys didn't interview or we passed up on that we kind of flew? Yeah.
Lewis is only one for me. Yeah, Lewis is only one for me. Yeah,
right.
But that was it. Like I would have took because I feel like they're comparable. Marvin Lewis definitely can coach defense.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to. I didn't want a shot in the dark. Like he looked like he might be matriculating. I wanted somebody that definitely knows how to coach defense. And I think Quinn is good because Dallas is Dallas is a place of either stars or people that think they stars. Like let's just put it
right.
And the Legion of Boom started to precede itself. So if you could preside over that with Richard Sherman, and we already know how crazy Earl Thomas is now, Cam Chancellor, all of those different personalities. Just know it's not that you were presided over him like he was like in charge of the grown men. It's more so he knew how to work with them and keep them focused, at least for that time being. So I'm hoping that he can bring some of that to Dallas because we got plenty of personalities in Dallas.
Right.
We got 54 running around in the wrong gap. So we need somebody that can come in and set them straight. I got one more point to
Go ahead.
Quinn. I like that his apparently his expertise is D-line.
Right.
So as much as I love the pieces on our D-lines last year, like at least some of them, we underachieved. You know what I'm saying? Where you would have thought back in August, you would have thought, oh, this D-line looking legit.
Right.
I do want to see what he can do because I don't think D-Law has lost necessarily. I think they had D-Law playing out of position most of the year.
And he still had a good season too.
And he had a great season,
right?
All things considered. But I feel like with Quinn and his expertise and us not trying to get people to just stand up and catch blocks, which is really a stupid strategy.
Right.
I feel like we can see some return to dominance because I do like what Neville's going to bring. I like some of the pieces that we got.
Right.
And with the right coaching, they can go up. I ain't trying to say they're going to all be Pro Bowlers. I ain't crazy. I'm just saying they can go up that notch to where they really, really good players.
Right. Spoon, I'm going to ask you this question because, when we signed Dan Quinn, we were saying that it's going to be more of a 4-3 under scheme, what we've seen in also in Seattle. So I saw that Jerry Jones kind of came out and said that Alden Smith is his guy. He wants Alden Smith, and I think it's kind of a mutual agreement. Do you think that Alden Smith is going to come back and fit up in the scheme? And if he does come back, where does he actually fit?
I mean, he could definitely fit. He would be more just standing up on the outside in this 4-3 under scheme. You could have a defensive end stand up on one side.
That Leo,
right? The Leo,
right. Meanwhile, D-Law would definitely would have his hands in his dirt. Now, I was thinking that with the year he had a solid years as far as coming back. I was thinking that he would rather pretty much go to a 3-4 scheme that would definitely he could definitely go out there and play because at the end of the day, a lot of these guys want to play for that big contract.
Right.
But like I said, Jerry Jones wants him back. Let's see what kind of deal he'll give Alden Smith, and we'll go from there. But like I said, I would definitely welcome him back. You can never have too many pass rushers.
Right.
Here's the caveat. You can bring Alden Smith back, and that's fine. He can't be look what we did in free agency signing, though, either. Because you got to go find that one thing.
They can't use Gerald McCoy like that neither because they're going to sign him back.
Right. You got to go get that one tech for sure. And back during what Mr. Rome was saying down there, with things that I've talked about with other people as well and discussed, with Quinn, his roots are the defensive line. Stephen Linden go get him a toy, and the cheapest toy, a one tech or a rangy free safety in free agency, is going to be that one tech. Is going to not cost as much. So I'm thinking he's going to be able to go out there in free agency. And you look at the draft, right? Then one techs, you can get you one a little bit later in the draft. I know you got a little pet tiger over there.
But
I'm not mad at it. Hey, look, I'm not mad at it. But maybe if you go secure your Dalvin Tomlinson or something like that, maybe you see that. But it can't be. Oh, look, we got Alden Smith. Free agency, we're out here doing it. No, that's not the case.
No, the irony is if they could sign Dak, and I'm trying to open that can of worms, just saying if they could sign Dak, they'd get him some more money in free agency.
Well, I mean,
because you can play with the money better. Because everybody, I hate when people discuss the contract because everybody think it's every year is exact at what you sign at.
Right.
So I hate when people be like, oh, well, Dak gonna be making 39 every year. That's not how this works.
Right.
But
they would like for it to work like that.
I mean, so I think if they can sign Dak, they could probably go get a Simmons.
Right.
And I don't think you got to break the Simmons had a good year, but he ain't got a year. He ain't have a year to come in and just be like, hey, man, I need a blank check. He ain't had one of those years.
Right.
So to your point, I do feel like he can't just him and Steven can't just be like, you know what? We brought Alden back, y'all straight. Like, we can't deal with that.
Hey, look, and as I said this last night on Bluff City in the overtime show last night, and I said it point blank, man, stop letting Steven tell y'all that they can't go get these guys. Like, whatever they want to do in free agency, they unequivocally absolutely can go do if they so choose to. They hide behind the cap at times and not go make these moves. So, again, if they want a guy, they can go get a guy. The only thing, and the thing that I've talked about from the very beginning, as soon as the game was over, I was like, don't sit here and say, well, we got Dak done all the way through free agency on the tag till the draft gets here, then get Dak signed somewhere. We would have signed some more players, but we had to get this contract done with Dak first, and we had him on the tag all the way through free agency. Get proactive, get things moving, get it taken care of, and then go ahead and get somebody.
Right. You could get rid of Tyron Crawford, and Sean Lee retired. That's the money for Simmons right there. It ain't that.
Sean Lee ain't going nowhere. Ooh, Sean Lee look at this scheme, saying this is my kind of ball.
You gotta politely though escort Sean Lee out the building, man. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Sean Lee, I don't think he's gonna Ben Roethlisberger us though. Like, if they say, hey man, we want you coaching, Sean Lee look like a team player. Like, he'd be like, all right.
Yeah, man. Sean Lee years.
See, that's the problem. We a lot of folks are judging the coaching. And they have to understand that good coaches need to coach good players. Yeah. We've been so too long on how good some of these players are, and they've just been bad. Like Xavier Woods. I know for me, I have caught heat the last 2 years of being told, no, Spoon, it's the scheme. And I'm like, wait a minute.
That was last summer, Spoon.
No, even before that. With Charles. No, I'm talking about with Charles last summer. But before that, the same heat. And here's the thing. I kept on saying this. When we all play some sport. I know I play football, but some of us play football here.
Right.
You're always taught how to what? Tackle.
Right.
You're not taught scheme when you're little. And all you see from Xavier Woods is what? Bad angles, bad tackling.
Not bad angles. I saw that dude turn the other direction.
Yeah,
and run with the I'm done with him.
Yeah,
even worse. So my thing is this: when you have an organization of management like the Joneses, well, I call him Stephen Jones, and he's running, in my opinion. You can't be bargain shopping and telling the good coaches that we have right now, currently, in my opinion, make it work. You can't do that. You're gonna have to go out there and spend.
Right. Well,
if you look at the film, like I watched this breakdown on Antoine Woods the other day, I was highly disgusted. Yeah. Like some of these people that we give passes to because you don't watch them every play.
Right.
I watched a 3-minute film breakdown of this year of Antoine Woods getting thrown around the field in every game.
Yeah. Right.
Like just not even be able to hold his ground.
Yeah, man.
Like, I'm not saying you got to be able to, like, not being able to hold your ground is disparaging, but the thing that makes me mad is to your point. It's not that these dudes are terrible. It's that they not humble.
Right.
I watched Xavier Woods laugh in a press conference about missing tackles. I watched Jalen Smith come out right after the season and say, well, watch the tape. You sure you want us to go watch the tape?
Right.
We did.
we did.
And then Antoine Woods is live on Twitter.
Yeah.
Right.
Every other day I see him read y'all fans always talking. Look at what we doing. And I'm like, yo, do you know you're not that good of a player? Like,
then us fans want to big up some guys. You look at old Dalton Schultz, and like, oh my God, Dalton Schultz, man, and he basically put up the same numbers that Jason Witten put up in 2019. We ran Jason Witten out of town, and now I can't go get a tight end in the draft. It's crazy.
Well, my boy is Jarwin. My boy is Jarwin.
I love Jarwin too, but I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it on the field.
I'll tell you my biggest thing, because look, people always want to lean on injury when it's convenient.
Oh, right? No. Even before the injury, I've been waiting for it.
Tuck was like, hey, man, he coming off an ACL. Whew. But if we talking to another fan base, you will be talking about how ACLs don't really hurt people like they used to be. Mm-hmm. It just depends on what conversation you having. Because I just watched Kevin Durant come back from tearing his leg almost in half. And he don't look like nothing wrong with him. ACL ain't what it was 20 years ago.
He weighs 125 pounds, though. I mean, he ain't got no.
Jarwin ain't a heavy guy. That's our stretch tight end.
Not a heavy.
Yeah, if I can get
Jarwin like 230.
All right, so I was going to talk about another subject that we skipped, but it looks like we already transcended there, man. So let's go ahead and just get to it. What we came for, man. BPA versus draft needs. So I know my guy Rome thought he was going to jump him, man. The floor is yours. Everything I want you to say it, man.
No, I want you to say it.
But I feel like when it comes down to these conversations on Twitter, sometimes things get lost in context, man. So what we've been, I'm gonna speak for myself, and I'm sure some people here might agree with me, right? What I'm trying to explain is not that I'm choosing offense necessarily over defense. I understand that the Dallas Cowboys do have an area of focus that we need to focus on, which is the defensive side of the ball. But what I'm trying to say, when you look at the draft players in this class, there's really no one that separates himself that you can say, you know what, that's my guy. He changes
separates himself.
Huh?
Surtain separates himself.
Ooh, no, he doesn't.
Look at his measurables. You crazy.
He's about the same size as Farley.
I'll take Farley too. I wouldn't lose sleep about that. That ain't my argument. I don't want Pitts.
I don't want either. I don't want either.
I'm good on Pitts, dog. Like, I'm good.
But here's what I'm trying to say is, man, what we're seeing is like, all right, there's no Chase Young in this draft. There's no Jalen Ramsey in this draft. These are just decent. We need a corner. We got a corner. But when you have
the prospect of a defensive player is never like, it's not always just like he was a good prospect. That means he's gonna be a good pro. That's not how defensive players work.
Right. But what I'm trying to say is when you have a clear need, where do we struggle when it comes to
clear need a tight end?
Where do we struggle on our offense? Where do we struggle typically?
Red zone.
So will you agree that having a big tight end can add to our red zone capability and our scoring with the Dallas Cowboys? Yes or no?
Talking about somebody to do jump balls?
Yeah.
No. It ain't gonna be jump balls.
Someone else. I'm saying someone tight end, a tight end that can actually stretch the field.
Bro,
do jump balls,
about to run 4 wide and just all streaks. This ain't Madden.
No,
I'm not saying that.
No. Hold on. Let me pivot in a different direction. The teams that win the most throw the ball inside the hashes. Those are facts. Go to last year. Kansas City threw the ball less than 100 times outside the hashes. You got to have that kind of guy, dynamic guy at tight end to do that.
And how you know Jarwin can't be there?
Whoa, hold on. Now you get your turn. I get my turn. Hold on.
It's my turn. It's my turn.
You want to hear? I'll give you your space. So it's not about jump balls in the end zone for Pitts. It's being able to create mismatches in the red zone area with that kind of guy, getting him lined up on linebackers and stuff when it's crunched down and they're thinking about Zeke, because we haven't had a guy be able to take advantage of that yet. And you think about it, in the middle of the field, in between the 20s, he's going to help there as well. When you're looking at, and you're talking about BPA versus draft, okay, what we're looking at here is, are you telling me that Surtain's a higher rated player on your board than Pitts?
Yes.
Okay, well, we don't need to talk no more because we have a difference, not in a bad way. We just have a difference in opinion. We have a difference of opinion.
Well, actually, no. You talking about, is he my highest rated player?
Yeah, I'm saying, do you have Surtain rated higher than Pitts? Yeah. Or getting the deep. Okay, see, then we can stop there, because to me, I don't think there's a defensive player rated higher than Pitts in this draft. So at 10, I'm good. Look, you can talk me into Slater at 10.
I would take Collins if I could have my pick.
I don't think Collins fits this scheme, but that's a different conversation.
I want to short the 7.
I don't think Collins fits this scheme.
Xavier Collins don't fit the scheme?
Nah, yeah.
No. Look at their linebackers. Go look up out there, Seattle, and look at them linebackers. They want them 220, 230, very fast guys, not 6'4", 260. I'm just telling you. Take a look.
We got our fast guys. They're gonna play on the edges.
Where does Wagner
play in the middle?
Where does Wagner play?
In the middle.
Give me his measurable.
But is Collins like lumbering? You act like he a DT playing. Just because he's huge don't mean he's not fast.
Okay.
I mean, he didn't actually
I like Collins. I just don't know if he's going to fit the scheme. You might get your heart broken when it comes up there, and they say, no, we're not going to take him. He don't fit
our defense this year. I watched 54 all year. You can put Collins in today, and he's going to play better than him.
I ain't talking about.
So was you against the pick last year with CeeDee Lamb?
Huh?
Were you against the pick last year with CeeDee Lamb?
No, I was happy he fell. But we was picking late.
We're 7. We are.
Let's just take Chino with me and call the day, guys, and let's get on to the second round of the draft.
But defense wasn't a need last year, neither.
Yeah, but Chason was trash. I would have took somebody else. I wouldn't have took Chason.
Who would you have taken?
13 trash? Is that the
I'm saying I'm not saying he's trash. I'm saying let's say for instance the Cowboys come back.
Who's your top 3 corners so I can see where your mind's at?
Honestly,
out of it.
Honestly, right now where I'm at, I'm feeling J.C. Horn over out the 3 that everyone's mentioning when it comes to Surtain Farley. I like Horn. Huh? Because I want Pitts? No, I'm just saying. No, I'm saying honestly, like I said, like when I come to watching my previews, I'm gonna drop a video on this. But I like Campbell from Georgia. I like Horn, and I the thing about Farley, I'm not team opt out. I'm just really not a fan of team opt out right now. So I would give Surtain the nod over Farley.
Right. I like Surtain's measurables. How tall is Horn?
He's 6'2". Horn is like 6'2", 6'3".
No, I think no.
Once he runs that
6'2",
once he runs 40 in April, he's gonna rise up the board real fast. That's what everybody's waiting for, that 40 time. And the projected he's gonna run a 4.3.
He used to be a track star. I'm fine. I know his 40 time gonna be lit.
But you know what it is? Folks are falling in love with Surtain because number one, the NFL, the college team he's playing on. Number two, now here's a situation. This year, a lot of guys opted out. Farley, who was rated higher than him in 2019, opted out last year. My thing is with Surtain, he's solid. He's calling him trash, but for me, I always say that when you in the first round, you want to go with the best player available. When you reach, I'll give you a perfect example. I've been going to draft live since 98. And I remember 99 when the New York Giants, Paul Tagliabue, the old commissioner, Paul Tagliabue goes and says, the Giants are on the clock. He made 2 steps to walk away. They already had the pick in. He came back and they drafted Luke Petticoat, the tackle. Luke Petticoat was a third ranked tackle out the NFL draft because they needed a tackle. They drafted in the first round. Giants fans went crazy. He had an okay year. They had to stick with that. But that's the key thing about it. When you go reach, let's just say CeeDee Lamb is there and we took Cleveon Chason. Cleveon Chason was the highest rated player on BPA. Hey. Right. So what happened? If we took Cleveon Chason, we'd all be talking right now. We should have took CeeDee Lamb. And how he performed this year, it tells you that's the kind of route you go with. So with the Kyle Pitts situation, my thing is this. When you look around the NFL, we have competition. The Cowboys have competition. The Chiefs are out there. They're loaded. You can never have enough weapons.
Right.
Never. There's not one defensive player in this draft that we draft is going to make a big difference.
The Chiefs loaded. I just watched the Falcons hold them to 14 with a horrible secondary.
I mean, but that's some games here and there. But here's the thing. In your opinion, is there a game changer in this NFL draft like a Chase Young or Jalen Ramsey? Because here's the thing: if you rank last year's corners in this year's draft, Surtain is not even in the top 5.
Hey, I'm old enough to remember. I'm not taking Greg Ellis over Randy Moss again.
There you another one, 98.
Right.
I was
Elton, go ahead. Let me go ego. What's up, Elton?
Here's my thing with that. Because everybody's hell bent on going defense. Defense is where we go in free agency. Because you ain't gonna flip your team around on defense in the draft. Because it's gonna take them too long. We don't even know what COVID protocols are gonna be.
Right.
So actually, to me, we actually go defense and free agency. Tight end. Think about this. People say tight end is one of the hardest positions to come in at, but look at what Pitts would come in with. You got 3 good receivers, good running back and a quarterback. What are you gonna do with him? You ain't gonna double him.
Right.
He is gonna have an easy transition. Our defense is still trashes. Okay, you actually put another corner out there. His ass is gonna get roasted the first half of the season. Then we're like, should actually we really have got him. And then personally, Samuels Jr. is probably my favorite corner in the draft, and we can get him in the second.
They too. That's not me saying that. That was him saying that.
Honestly, if you look probably at the last 20 years, D. Ware is probably our last defensive player in the first round to even get a second contract. Him and Terrence Newman. Offense seems to hit every time. Who actually was the last offensive player we drafted that ain't hit? Probably Felix Jones.
Right.
I got a reach for y'all that everybody said was a reach that balled out. What about LVE?
I don't think he was a reach. I'm sorry. I don't think he's a reach. I just think that
he wasn't a reach. People ain't be like
it was the next situation. That's what it was.
I'm not talking about his current injury. I'm just saying he wasn't a reach.
Not for me. I don't think he was a reach.
He was a reach. I was pissed off at that.
Would you pissed off at Zach Martin?
Nah, not at all.
Tough answer.
Hey man.
Oh yeah.
Did you pissed off at Zach Martin? You've been enjoying that pick, huh? You've been settling in.
I was pissed off the Zach Martin pick.
I love it.
Damn, y'all picking Hall of Famers? That's crazy.
I love the Zach Martin pick.
Me too.
But the difference.
I didn't want Manziel.
You wanted Manziel, didn't you?
Oh, I didn't want Manziel.
I wanted Manziel. Look at him.
I wanted Johnny.
You know what it is? Offensive
Johnny can't get on the practice squad.
To a lot of folks, that's what it is. Offensive line's a boring pick. You're not gonna see no highlight reels or nothing like that.
Build teams with highlights. You build teams with boring picks.
No, I agree.
Tyron was the pick I didn't like.
Who?
Tyron. I was like, I don't want no damn Tyron.
I would have been like, who's this Aaron Donald guy? Why are you picking him? Oh shit!
But here's the thing, bro. Hold on. But let's walk it back to Chicago in 2006. Let's walk it back to Chicago in 2016. Who was my guy? Who was I upset that we took in 2016? We took offense, but it was BPA over Ramsey. We did not need a running back, but Ezekiel Elliott was up for
the team than Ramsey.
Nah, because right now, here we are, 4 years later, still worried about drafting a damn corner.
Ramsey worked with us.
You have a hindsight 2020 because Ramsey hasn't this ain't been a rosy trail. He's caused enough trouble. You weren't saying that about Ramsey when he was trying to talk his way out of the Jaguars. You was probably like, woo. So
my guy 21 and caused no trouble then?
Different kind of trouble.
You put them both off the field. Who's had a better career so far?
Zeke.
In their career right now, who had a better career?
Zeke.
Yeah.
It's not even close.
Yeah.
It's not even close. You can lie to yourself.
but I'm saying, y'all already talking about it expiring. Can we move on from Zeke? Is he done? He didn't have the same burst. Meanwhile, the other guy's projecting up. But here's what I'm saying. But I'm going to try and explain is though, it's not that I'm all this pro offense, pro highlights. You said Leighton Vander Esch. The only reason I was upset with Leighton Vander Esch is because Derwin James was available and we didn't take him.
That's the only thing.
I just wasn't familiar with LB.
Huh?
I wasn't, but look, they both hurt up because Derwin James been hurt.
But there was Derwin James, and honestly, I was a personal fan of DJ Moore because we needed a receiver because we just tossed away Des Bryant for no reason. So that's where I was. But it's like it's not that I'm just straight offense over defense, but there's other offensive weapons out there that could be mentioned. I'm not even mentioning their names.
I mean, look, if there was a defensive guy, if there's a lockdown defensive guy, okay, right. Sign me up. I'm good. Right. But I'm not going to sit here and be like, okay, we took Surtain instead of Pitts and be like, good job, guys. This is going to get us to the road to 21 to the Super Bowl. It's not.
So, but you know what the difference is that when we talk about cornerbacks, you see how we could say we don't take Surtain, Campbell, we could take other players, right? Asante Samuels Jr. But when you talk about tight end, you say Pitts. Who's the other guys? Nobody to mention. So that's the key thing. The key thing is that when you look at this draft, it's a strategy. You want to see if you want to upgrade a position, you want to look at, okay, let me see the choices we have in each position. Then we can wait and get this guy. Linebacker, okay, you got Parsons out of Penn State. I like Zaven Collins, another option. Yeah. You got Knowlton out of Missouri. You got Browning out of Ohio State. We could keep naming those linebackers, keep going on. We miss on this guy, we get this guy. But when you say Kyle Pitts and then the rest of them, all you hear is chirps. Right. It's crickets. And my thing is this: if you look at a lot of these draft boards, a lot of scouts, and I'm sure it's going to change once we get closer to April. You see Kyle Pitts ranked in a top 5, top 7, above Surtain. Again, Surtain to me is probably the most ready NFL cornerback, but the highest. I don't think with the highest seal. I think the other guys have the highest seal. I think Campbell, who was his teammate in high school, I think he has a high seal. I just thought his choice of school going to Georgia instead of going to Florida, where he could have went, he would have had a better career. So my thing is this: you go with the BPA, it doesn't hurt you, but as long as you go in the second round and a valuable guy is still there in that position, you grab him, you're fine. We're fine. Listen, Okudah was the best player in last year's draft, right? Now, the young man out of Clemson who got drafted by Atlanta Falcons, people thought that was and some folks felt that Trayvon Diggs was a first-round pick, and we got him in the second round. And if you look at it right now,
that's luck, though. You can't bank.
But see,
you can't bank on people sliding.
No, but here's the thing. What I'm trying to say is this: things like that can always happen because at the end of the day, you look at the position what's the strongest. Look at another position that's weaker. You want to attack that weak position where you know once we grab that guy, let everybody else have the rest of them because they're all not that good. But we should go out the position and still tag up.
Which one of y'all thought he was getting CD Lamb last year?
I mean,
you thought he was going to fall to us?
I wanted him. He was.
Which one of y'all thought he was going to just fall to us?
I thought there was a more of a chance than people thought, and I'm on record on that. And Spoonie will tell you, and I did shows on that.
I remember in Stargame we came up with
shows on it.
He was basically doing a little draft interview, and the whole thing was this: where you kept on saying, "Well, if this guy's drafted here, if this guy's drafted there, we have a shot." Now the thing is, my issue was the Broncos. We felt the Denver Broncos was going to take him. I thought Jerry Jeudy was going to land to us.
I thought he was going to Atlanta. The Broncos. I thought he was going to be gone.
But
I thought the Eagles was going to jump us again because they petty.
Actually, CD Lamb's going to Arizona.
The Eagles are cute. The Eagles were being cute. They wanted a story of Jalen Hurts and CD Lamb, the future, and all other crap. We just stood there like this. And here's the thing.
And I was surprised, like, wow, we actually got a chance to pick him. So it wasn't a choice.
Listen. And
it's always a choice in Dallas. You just never know.
Right.
You just never know. But
so again, I ask a question. Y'all say best player available, right?
Well, I'm
right. Y'all say BPA. So say something happens random, right? Because you know players fall. Remember Aaron Rodgers fell, right?
Right.
Say it's BPA, and then we look up and Justin Fields falls to 10 because something weird happened.
Listen.
How y'all feeling?
I trade. I will. No disrespect to anybody. My language is pretty much football language. I will rate the crap out of some team, and you giving me some picks.
Right.
Let me check. When a quarterback.
No, but my point is, in my hypothetical, say Jerry and them pull the trigger and take him. Say, oh, he's the best one. He was the best on the board.
Yeah,
then how y'all feeling? Y'all sick on BPA.
Time out. Because now you're trying to move the goalposts a little bit, Mr. Rome. Hold on.
Absolutely, I'm moving it. I'm not even trying to move it.
I'm not going to let you move it. Go keep the butt because we all know the quarterback position is unlike any other position on the team, period. It just is what it is.
I'm not trying to put this worst case scenario out there for BPA.
But this BPA idea that here's Fields, you know, and he's got to be BPA and take him. That's not the case because quarterback works differently.
You're right, but I'm saying when I'm hearing BPA arguments on Twitter.
I mean,
like as I said on Twitter, though. Hey, Nick, you talking logic. When we talking on Twitter, I don't hear logic a lot. Dude told me earlier he would take a receiver every year if it was the best player on the board. 5 years in a row.
But here's the thing. We can put out that fodder and educate the masses right now. Let's not bring that fodder here. Let's educate the masses.
Now, I will say this though. In a few mocks that I did,
here you go.
It was Chase and Pitts that failed at me, and I said, "Oh Lord, what are we
gonna do with that? Tell me what we gonna do with that.
What are we gonna do, or what I'm gonna do? Because you already know.
You think you playing Madden?
I'm
kidding. That's the difficulty in real life. Hey, y'all tripping. Let me just turn it down.
Hey,
more weapons. Too good this week. Let me
more weapons, man. Like
Nick said. Hey, what was the most underperforming skill position this year on our team?
Running back.
Skill position.
We gonna take a running back?
There's not one that's not one.
You take a deep breath.
There's not one in the top 10 though.
Right.
Keep it a buck.
I'm not saying at 10.
Now there's one.
Yeah. I want the kid out of Oklahoma State. Yeah,
Hubbard,
you're right. I want Hubbard out of Oklahoma State. And
every time like in the fourth or the fifth,
I bring Hubbard on. Absolutely.
What do we have here?
I'm just wondering.
No, I'm letting you know.
He's taking a receiver, a tight end, and a running back.
So let me ask you this, Rome. If we were to take Kyle Pitts,
let me help.
We take Kyle Pitts at 10, right? And then in the second round, we turn around and trade up and got JC Horn. Are you upset?
No, first of all, I'm a Cowboys fan. I don't never let my takes go over the team. I just get used to it.
Right,
but what it is. What I'm supposed to do?
But what we've been trying to
explain
to everybody.
I'm gonna be all next year. Every time he catches the ball, I'm like, God damn it!
But what I'm trying to explain is, we can address offense. We can still go BPA at 10 and still take care of this defense. My pin tweet says that
we can't. But everybody got it. We just got our sides. I'm not dug into where it's like. I hope you're not like if we take Surtain and he turn out next year and Pitts turn out good too. I hope you're not watching both players next year. Like, all right, well, Surtain had a couple of pass breakups, but Pitts had 3 touchdowns. So I don't know. Like, I'm not doing that all next year. Once the draft is set, I'm trying to figure out how the pieces fit the best. I'm not even going to trip.
As long as Pitts and Chase don't go to the Eagles, I'm cool. Like, as long as they don't go to Philly, I'm cool. Like,
well, yeah, I don't. Who wants to see Pitts? Of course not. But I don't think they would take Pitts because ain't they in love with the dude name Goddard?
Yeah, but I was saying, man. Like I said,
if they didn't fire Peterson, I thought they was gonna take a quarterback. We ain't gonna turn this into an Eagles talk.
Right.
I was just thinking, I was like, I don't know if they settled on who they want to be the quarterback, but now that the owner made his decision, then they might go Surtain. They might answer your question.
Okay.
Listen, in my opinion, if the Eagles go 6 for Surtain, somebody's falling to us.
Look at
somebody's gonna fall to us.
You knew Okuda was. I was like, damn, they kind of. I wouldn't have took Okuda 3.
But they need a corner.
In Bama's defense, they play mostly 3-4. 3-4 defense, and you see Surtain a lot in zone. I want to see a cornerback go man to man. I give you put it this way: a guy like JC Horn, I'm not worrying about him trying to bite, and then he has his makeup speed. With Surtain, that's my issue now. Surtain was a solid 40. Okay, it may change, but that's been the question mark about is his running ability, is his catch-up speed. Can he press and have that speed to go stride for stride with the wide receivers? That's the issue. JC Horn,
right?
Just watching April when after the combine, he's going to be the guy they're going to be talking about.
I feel like Horn is the perfect balance between Farley and also.
But you think so? You think you'll have a great combine?
I mean, combine doesn't tell it all. I just think he's skillfully.
My point is this: if he have too good of a combine, we ain't getting him at 44.
Let me ask you this, Ron.
I'll take him at 10. I'll take him at 10.
You take him at 10.
Oh, yeah, I'll take him at 10. I'll take him at 10 if the cornerback situation is like that. Listen, I'd rather go with BJ's plan from the beginning.
If it's a good corner at 10
for a year too.
If it's a good corner at 10, I'm on your page. So I ain't gonna fight with you about which one, as long as they turn out good.
So what happens if we re-sign Cheeto and bring Cheeto back? Does that change your mind about the corner position?
Absolutely, because I mean, at this point, I'm not gonna draft 10 to put him in the slot.
Right.
So you're right. And if you look, what I think of Woozy, I just don't know what you think he's gonna be asking for the back. I don't know.
No, I don't think he is. Not after an injured season last year. Kind of played. We played what, five games, give or take.
Yeah. I think he could be a great corner too, and I'll shut up. But I don't know if we're gonna be able to keep him.
Listen, I have a 2-year dream.
I mean, low key, I guess we should draft safety. I mean, we only have one safety under contract for next year. Maybe we should draft safety at 10.
Listen, no. I have a 2-year
safety.
Listen, I have a 2-year dream.
Ain't no safety rank like 13. Y'all just being funny.
Sign Tito for 1 year.
Don't rank like Pitts either.
Get Devin Stingley next year if you can from LSU.
What if Pitts come in and play like dude out of New York Giants? He just got all the measurables and can't catch.
Well, we already see that he can catch, so we're okay there.
I'll take that risk.
Yeah,
he can catch in college too. Do we got the NFL?
Yeah, I'll take that risk.
I'm not worried about somebody else's prospects in my evaluation.
Because what Jarwin got one year left on his contract.
Who's that?
Blake Jarwin.
Nah,
Like
two.
He's got 2.
So we signed him last year, right?
Right.
I got faith in Jarwin.
Okay.
Here's another
I like
thing.
Jarwin too. I like Jarwin. I ain't trying to get rid of Jarwin. I want Jarwin along for this run, man. I'm trying to finish my infinity gauntlet for this offense. Look, and even if we draft Pitts, I'm not getting rid of Gallup.
What y'all think? If we say we draft Pitts, what we averaging next year?
Man, hey, I hope 50.
Good 40.
I hope 50.
But y'all know we come to Kansas City next year, man.
Hey,
We
look,
don't have to shoot.
the proof is in the pudding. It's 2019. We're 14-2 if we score 30. We are over if we score under 30.
Let me ask you a question.
I don't care what we do in this draft defensively. That defense ain't changing that damn much.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna have to buy our defense.
Our defense is gonna change drastically if we can switch back to that 4-3. We was at least the top 15 defense. We wasn't 32.
You better find a 1 tech and a dadgum free safety quick.
Right.
I think we can find a free safety. We can sign Simmons.
We can sign us a defensive tackle too. I'm with you.
You honestly
tackle costs more than safety.
So let me ask y'all this question because this has been floating around this week and kind of made me
tackle costs a lot though.
What do y'all think about the possibilities of us drafting the Slater left tackle?
I'm good with that.
I'm good with it. Look, I dig up the tape. I'm not a big fan of tackles with short arms. I'm not. But
he was Connor Williams got short arm.
I'm not a big fan of tackles with short arms. But I turned on the tape and started looking at him. Man, he's got some great hands, guys, and powerful hands, and he knows leverage and how to take your arm distance length and put it against you. Man, I was not on the train of Slater at 10. However, yes, if it's Slater or Pitts, I'm okay there.
What if they take Slater and put him at guard?
See,
if you got to put him at guard until he's ready, until Tyron.
I think it's until Tyron. Tyron's not retiring. I'm not gonna lie to myself.
I don't think so either. And look, and I've already said Connor Williams. His stock is as high as it possibly can be right now. And if you want to move him, now's the time. Because you're not going to re-sign him after next year.
Go ahead, E.
Here's the thing with that. I am not moving him to guard. The guy that needs to move to guard is Lyle Collins. Move him to guard. You actually could put Slater at right tackle for 1 year.
Yep.
Then let him learn. Then the following year you can swap him and Tyron because we all know Dallas isn't getting rid of Tyron. They actually love him too much.
You gonna put Tyron at right tackle after a year?
Yeah.
Right
rookie year. Tyron was the right tackle his rookie year. Doug Free was on the left tackle. Then starting they actually switched.
You said Infinity Gauntlet. That's a line.
Mm-hmm.
Like I hate to say it. Look, Tucker we're about to spit up.
Yeah, y'all just sold me, man. Now we got defense.
Offensive line change things.
I want to say this.
Offensive line change things.
That's a winter coat, man. That's open up in the Christmas tree, man. Put out your winter coat.
I have 2 pluses for Rashawn Slater. Number one, he could play guard and he could play tackle. Number 2, West Coast offense. That's exactly what they ran, and that's where I think we're gonna run with Mike McCarthy this year. Another thing, one of his best games was against the same guy in the division that's causing wreck in the NFL, and that's Chase Young. I like guys like that. Why? Because at the end of the day, if we draft this young man, he's gonna see Chase Young for the rest of his career. So I'm not opposed to that.
Hey Nick, Tuck. Who makes this offense better, Slater or Pitts?
Oh, Pitts.
You crazy. If Slater's like y'all saying he is, and he's that, you think we got a mean line? If we show up that line across all 5,
but I mean, but
what? But you think of the investment you got in Zeke? Does Pitts help Zeke? Because Slater do.
But I'm on an assumption that Tyron Smith isn't coming back fully healthy and Lyle isn't what he was before.
Stop being negative.
So if that's the case, then I can understand Slater how he helps. But if Tyron Smith comes back fully healthy, I mean halfway healthy, and Lyle is fully healthy, like I feel like comfortable if you go in with Tyron Smith.
What Nick said is, man, I might get on the Slater train because of y'all. I'm just thinking about because a mean line changes the whole. Yo, you want to see Zeke return to form?
Right, give him a mean
line.
Y'all
just got me hyped. I might get on the Slater train. I might be off.
All right, man, we're about to end this show, man.
I turned that tape on. And look, and not only that, Slater gets to the second level easily. Like
He's getting me hype. I'm getting.
And look, before you even look at his hands, watch his feet. Light on the feet. He dancing pants. I kind of slept. Look, Northwestern. I kind of slept on him a little bit. I turned the tape on Slater about 2-3 days ago. It really started digging into Slater's tape, man. Hey, I think again, I'm not a fan of the short arms, but the way he plays the game, he knows how to not get in trouble because of those short arms. He can take that defensive ends, advantage and use it against him very well. He's got a good rip and pull tech where all of a sudden that arm comes back this way. Like I said, if you're going to have short arms, you got to have strong hands. And I'm telling you, don't go cut the tape on and watch it and come back and talk to me.
What I'm hearing, you said his feet, his hands.
Yeah.
All I'm hearing is he got perfect technique. I'm just getting excited.
Multiple positions.
And look, going to the next level is innate. Some people don't know how to finish block.
Yeah, it's true. And he does.
I know. Look, I'm sorry.
Low-key,
man. When he played that scenario, I'm like, man, that sounds so Stephen Jones-ish, and that's a perfect scenario to be able to
if he turned out to be the Pro Bowler,
I mean, yeah, I'm with it. Like I said, at the end of the day, whoever we draft, like I said, last year, I said I'm not going to complain about the draft pick because they gave me what I wanted. I'm cool. If they want to draft a goddamn
games this year, though, third down, and when they show the replay and the receivers getting right under their routes, and even before Dak went down or when Dalton, he just about to release the ball and he getting sacked because our line trash.
Right.
I'm telling you, I think I'm Team Slater. I'm gonna hold it back. I'm gonna get off here and watch the film like Nick said.
I got some homework to do, man. I
think he's a 10-year starter.
What's another lineman you like then in the next round so Tuck can come back to it?
I like to tackle from I also like to tackle. We're talking second round and later. I like to tackle from Notre Dame. I like to tackle from Notre Dame.
I heard he.
And here's the thing.
It's not allowed to sack in like 3 years or something like that.
Right. And the thing about this, if you look at Brian Kelly, since he's been over there, one thing he has put in the league and put in the league well, one of them's on our line, is offensive lineman. And Notre Dame has done a great job of putting offensive linemen in this league. And that tackle from Notre Dame over there in the second round.
My God, Lunatic says Slater repents if he point a gun in my head. Nah, you're gonna take my life, man. I was scared to die. I ain't gonna die and pull it, man. I'm still Team Pitts, man.
Hey, Pitts is great on the field. Tight end is the biggest mismatch on the field.
And it's Kyle Pitts, man. That's what I'm saying, man.
That is why KC so good because you can't stop
Travis Kelce. Like I want my Travis Kelce, man. Like,
and look at the Raiders. You actually can't stop Wallen because you can't put a linebacker on them. You ain't gonna put your best corner on them. You can't put a safety on them. The
nightmare with what we already have in place, bro. It's just spooky. Like that's the hard part about it. Like, no knock to Blake Jarwin. I like Blake Jarwin. I watched him at Oklahoma State, man. My whole family Oklahoma State alums, but it's just not that, man. Like I said,
you want your running game back? No, apparently not.
I don't think Mike McCarthy even wants the running game back. To be honest with you, I mean, if we sign Dak Prescott and give him a long-term deal, man, you can probably toss that running game out the window.
Balance is what is the thing, and you want balance.
Yeah, we want balance.
Hey, the team you love, the Chiefs. You think the Chiefs don't put a premium on running back? They signed like 30 of them,
but they getting them out the junk bin, man.
Clyde Hilaire is not out the junk bin.
He
out the junk bin. Where he went?
Le'Veon Bell.
Who did Clyde Hilaire get drafted?
Le'Veon Bell. Who was Sean McCoy. Like, yeah, I mean,
who's their starting running back, Tuck?
Clyde Edwards, but they had Damian Williams. Like it's just like they ain't spending that much of a premium on it because at the end of the day, it's Travis Kelce.
30 seconds though.
Because the money up.
Well, they had they won a chip. That's what they was making.
It is money up. Right. But I'm saying but at the end of the day, it's gonna be Pat Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, Sammy Watkins, Mecole Hardman, Rob, all them weapons, that becomes first. You can't
17 versus the Falcons. All them dudes.
Well, man,
don't forget we're getting tossed around by the Falcons too.
I mean, you're picking one game, and look, and to be clear, Kansas City.
Let's bring up all their last 6 games.
Kansas City was very bored with the regular season. They were ready to get on to to the brass tacks.
We going board?
Yeah.
Their last 6 games was 1 possession, and we going board.
Did they win them?
I mean, I
Did
get
they
it.
win them? Did they win them? Did they win them?
So they do. So they're due.
So you think?
So I play sports. That sound like they do. That sound like they right.
So based on
Bills will get them.
If we draft Patrick Surtain, though, we good versus Kansas City, man. That's all we need is Patrick Surtain, and we good, right?
Actually, if we draft Slater and start playing ball control, we good versus Kansas City.
Oh, so we don't run it. Go back to the whole Jason Garrett, tucking high, right? Run the ball 30 times and get the hell out of there.
I'm just trying to trigger you.
Yeah, I mean, man, I talked to my guy DMV, man, Fanatic. He posted that article on Slater. I was like, bro, tackle.
I don't want ball control. Y'all just messing with Tuck. Nick said, I'm about to get out here.
Yeah, man, off with the tackle, man. Here we go, man.
No, I'm good with tackle. Look, I like the Notre Dame tackle too.
Notre Dame tackle's good too.
We don't gotta go tackle at 10, Tuck.
We gonna get a top offensive line to protect our franchise tag quarterback. Okay, let's do it.
What's your favorite player in the draft outside of Pitts?
Put your mouth up. We are not franchise tagging him. What's
your favorite player in the draft outside of Pitts?
My favorite player in the draft?
He's not my favorite player. He's not my favorite player.
I mean, not quarterbacks. I mean, like you said, not quarterbacks.
Oh man.
Mine's
my
favorite Collins too.
I like Collins a lot. I just wonder if they're going to let him here. I like Collins a lot, man. I like a lot what he brings, man. Man, my favorite player outside of Pitts.
Mine's is Collins.
I don't know. Slater's growing on me for sure. I didn't think. Man, Slater's growing on me, man.
How I kick Nick out this thing? I was to remove.
Hold on, listen. I mean, when I start looking at the film, I see, oh, this is a 10-year starter. Man, it's hard to get out of my head, man.
Yeah,
I get a 10-year starter, man. We know this draft to a certain extent is a crapshoot and different things in that ilk. And when I start looking at film and I start seeing, I'm like, man, this kind of feels like one of those 10-year starter kind of guys.
Our young line, we got Tyler, and we got Slater.
Mm-hmm.
We rebuilding our line on the fly. That's kind of smart.
Yeah.
Yo, Tuck.
Yeah.
Just so we clear, man. Like I said, I'm team Pitts with Knicks, but
I'm team Pitts. Yes,
but that wide receiver from LSU.
Oh,
yeah, check that, man.
Well, no. If you follow us.
hey, so Jamar Chase falls to us, man.
Bro, you're breaking all your rules too. Like he didn't.
I know. All rules go out the window when it comes to Jamar Chase. I don't care, bro. I'm throwing everything out the window, man.
What do we trade?
But like I was saying, but here's everyone saying like I'm so pro offense. Remember a few weeks ago, I tried to get rid of this top 10 pick to go get a guy in New York, and everybody criticized me for it. I mean,
I would take it, but they hate us right now for some odd reason.
Yeah. But I was like,
look, I'm with that. Quinn Williams is a beast.
Right. So I mean, that automatically fixes the biggest problem in Dallas is that one tech position. So if you're able to dump that number 1 or 2 maybe, and get Quinn Williams, let's just be out, man. Like, just
I would be lit, but they're not giving it to us.
Yeah, now they got Saleh over there. He's staying.
Yeah. But look, Jerry like
he went crazy on Twitter once he got hired, so he knows what he's gonna be into.
Oh no, you're right. They did get right.
Let me ask y'all a question. Y'all flip like a 5th or 4th round pick for Peppers, the safety from the Giants.
Jabril Peppers.
Yeah.
He can return, so yeah.
Simmons or Peppers?
Simmons.
Well, I'm just saying. I'm thinking outside the box here a little bit.
You mean like
Simmons is my number 1 guy. That's my only.
I would take Peppers. Yeah, I would.
Peppers for a 4th or 5th.
Yeah, because who we gonna get in that round that's gonna be comparable?
That's what I'm thinking, right? And look, the extended Logan Ryan, the guy said the Cowboys should have went and signed in free agency last year. Nobody wanted to listen to me. That's fine.
That made me mad.
And they got McKinney as well. So there's kind of an odd man out there. Maybe Peppers is on the fringe there. Maybe you can go get a Peppers for a 4th or 5th round pick to come in here, cover your bases, still go draft you a guy at safety, but he can cover your bases for you.
I got to ask y'all a question. It's foul, but I don't care. 3 players you would cut off this team right now to change the culture.
Jalen.
Xavier Woods. Oh, he's a free agent.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Cut?
Like, we'll not bring back or cut. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Well, Woods is out the door. Goodbye. Xavier Woods. Xavier Woods is gone. Crawford, I appreciate you and all your leadership that you bring. You got to go. And man, and look, and I hate to say that, Lee, I need you to take this linebacker coaching position for me real quick one time. I want to get off of that crutch of, well, in case anything happens, old Sean Lee will be here for a couple of games for us. And old Reliable will be there at some point for us. I would move on for those three guys is what I would do. But I want Sean Lee to go take that linebacker coaching spot for us.
I'm using all three cuts on Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones.
Oh, of course we would. I think we all.
I feel like these plays are a product of the culture. That's what it is, man.
That's
like,
look,
they condone.
I like some of the young people's mindsets, though.
Right.
I would like to get rid of Woods, but both Woodses, the Woods brothers, and Jalen. When Jalen got beat to the corner by Lamar Jackson and dapped him up like how you got there first, I was like, I can't. No, y'all can be best friends outside of the white lines. Mid game, you happy? He just got the first. I can't deal with you.
And like I said, the problem with Jalen, I feel like Cowboys fans have fallen in love with that story for so long. It's really time we move past that. Like, cool story, bro. We appreciate it. It was grind, all the effort. All right, but look, fam, like you are not producing like at all. Like, granted, those tackle numbers are there, and it's 8 yards up the field, which is, as a linebacker, that's not cool. But
he got a contract. I don't feel sorry for him. He got a contract. He made millions. I don't care.
But we fell in love with that story, man. Like I was at the draft, man, seeing him cry and come back and all that in Chicago. Like, so we were always connected with Jalen. We didn't see his flaws, but now since the story is starting to wear off, we're starting to sit back and think.
I think, the one thing, and what I'll give Cowboys Nation a pause on is with this scheme of the 4-3 under and sliding him over to the Sam linebacker, getting him on that edge, closer to the line and out the middle, you might see the best form of Jalen moving forward. He can set the edge. He can set the edge. He can go get the quarterback, or he can do that Dorrance Armstrong drop in the flats. But you ain't got to worry about him covering the middle zones.
But I'll say this.
I said the reverse. Put him at the wheel. Is that bad?
Defending Xavier Woods. I feel like when it comes to Jalen, we all change of scheme. He's gonna move out to the wheel linebacker this year.
That's what I was saying. I was saying move him to the wheel, but you might be right at putting him at the Sam.
I think put him at the Sam.
What about LV then?
Nick.
He's going to Will. Get me a middle. Go ahead.
Colin.
Hey, Nick.
Nick Bolton.
Nick.
Yeah.
If we sign Logan Ryan, guess what? My actually quarterback doesn't have a broken ankle.
Right.
Another reason why I try to tell everybody, everybody can't tell me.
Logan Ryan, my damn quarterback doesn't have a broken ankle.
So let me ask you guys this. My guy, the lunatic, he posted a question about training for Rap or training for Juan Thornhill. Juan Thornhill was one of our guys. He went to Kansas City. Things aren't working out. Do you think that we can salvage his career in Dallas, or do you think that's something we kind of pass on?
The thing I wonder is, he had a really good rookie season, and then he got hurt late in the year. Right. I wonder if some of that's due to injury or wherever the case may be, sophomore slump. I don't think Kansas City is going to be willing to deal him. Rap, he's just kind of in the washout over there on the West Coast, man. Maybe you could go get Tyler Rapp. I don't know, but I don't think Thornhill would be touchable from Kansas City personally.
If I had to choose one, it would be Thornhill. Rap, yeah. He doesn't have great ball skills. He's great tackler, but as far as ball skills, I don't like it. Thornhill, 3-year starter in college. He has the instinct. He has some of that. I always say that sometimes a player may look bad on one team, but flourish on a different team. So if I had to choose, it'd be Thornhill.
Thornhill.
Yep, Thornhill.
I'm a fan
Rap
of Thornhill.
Yeah.
I feel like with Thornhill, the upside is still possibly there in returning something. But let me guys ask you this. So when it comes to draft, we talk about corners and linebackers and left tackles. What about the safety? Shit, man. You got to kill my whole spirit on Friday night. What about the safety position? Some of the safeties that you guys are kind of looking for that you think we could possibly draft if we don't take a Justin Simmons or Neal or one of those players. Go ahead, E. I'm gonna.
You already know who I'm talking about. My guy at FSU.
Oh, what's his name?
I actually can't even pronounce it.
Nezra Dean.
Yeah, Hamsad Nasrell Dean. You know, I didn't want Roman to think I'm being biased.
I like Nasruddin. I was on my Cowboys blog with Joe talking about Nasruddin like for about 2 months ago.
Right.
I like him because I know he'll fall because of the injury.
Right.
I mean, I know that's foul. I'm just saying. But
Right.
I want Paris Ford out of Pittsburgh.
Okay. Knicks, you got any guys?
I know he'll be there too.
Yeah,
he won 4-4.
Yeah, I mean, you know, at the end of the day, I like Cisco. You know, I like Cisco from Syracuse. I like the kids from TCU as well. But you know, one of those guys is under 6 feet. You know, we always got to start there first, guys. How tall are they? Because if they're under 6 feet, they're probably not going to be playing in Dallas.
That's what I'm saying. That's where I'm starting to get killed, man. Because Knicks, you have really like put this rule in my head. We're under 6 feet or 6 feet-ish. So all my guys are just short ball players. And I was like, no, they're not taller.
That's being like 6'3", right?
Yeah, 6'3" is different. Yeah, I was talking about for like Trayvon Moore from TCU, like 6 foot, and Nick Bolton 6 foot, and
but you know what? Moore reminds me of he could be that Earl Thomas he could be that.
Yeah, I like him. I like him, man. The more I watch film, man, like that's because I feel like the thing with Nasruddin, he kind of he'll probably play a little bit similar to Donovan Wilson. So how does he really fit? Like I feel like Trayvon from TCU can be that guy that's kind of that single high safety and can cover, just be more of a land shock. Now, if you can get Nas, just get him, and we'll figure it out once we get there because he's just an athlete. You can't really pass on that. But I feel like, you know, Trayvon really fit our scheme of what Dan Quinn's really trying to do a little bit more.
What free agent?
I'm gonna say this.
Go ahead, Spoon.
Go, Spoon.
When it all boils down to it, we know in the NFL the game has changed. It's more predicated towards the offense. We can barely touch the quarterback. So how do we get our turnovers? We need interceptions, right? Mm-hmm. Well, here's the key thing. If we know we want Donovan Wilson in the box where he's best at, right? I believe BJ put out there last night and the other night with Bluff and also Tuck about how the first safety we had since Void Williams, and you compare the numbers. Well, here's the thing. Andre Cisco is my number one guy. Why? 13 interceptions in his college career. 13 interceptions.
That's amazing.
Somebody who plays the ball. That's the one thing that we've lacked. Now, some might got him in a third round. I believe he'll go in the second. Because at the end of the day, that's what the NFL is about. Some teams don't
44 perfect.
Right.
44 is perfect then.
Exactly. So
yeah,
I would love it.
Cisco. And the thing I like about Cisco as compared to safeties we've had here in a while, he's a little tight in the hips. Granted, if you turn on the tape, you're going to see he's a little tight in the hips. However, his mind and his angles are really good. And boy, when we talk about angles, we ain't had nobody play safety past geometry in years. And Cisco plays really good angles. So that's why I'm pretty high on Cisco. And, you know, he fits the 6 foot rule and the whole 9. And I like that question from Lunatic, by the way, because I've already been on board with that. I got 5 picks from rounds 2 through 4. I want to turn those 5 picks into 2 seconds in the third, and they all be on defense.
Yeah, and even our picks next year as well.
Y'all know Stephen Jones is Captain Bargain Basement. Are we gonna look up and Richard Sherman gonna be wearing the star?
Nope, it's gonna be Malik.
I don't want that.
I'm not saying I want it. I'm just trying to think like they think.
No, because Cowboys fans gotta understand when it comes to
Big Mouth on this
Sherman, granted he'll be a bargain type deal.
But you know Dallas
loose cannon at the mouth. That's not what.
Good point.
Yeah,
good point.
They don't like that. They don't like the podium and say whatever they got to say and feel like he's too much of a risk. So,
I'm gonna say this: it was the year that the AFC West played the NFC East. That was the year he went to go see Odell. He went to go see Des Bryant, and that year it was the year that. Let's see what Sherman's all about, because I've always said this. If it wasn't for that front seven and Earl Thomas, and Cam Chancellor, Bobby Wagner, he ain't nothing. And that year, he was quiet when it came to terms of playing Odell, Des Bryant. But when you're playing second and third wide receivers, too much chomping at the mouth, listen, end of the day, I don't know the vibe. You know what's happening. Let him be tired and go on the podcast.
You know the vibe. I feel like Richard Sherman was playing his position. And Earl Thomas would be in the house.
He was never a shutdown corner.
No, he's a zone corner. But I'm gonna tell you right now, he has no accountability. This is why you always saw issues between him and Cam Chancellor all the time about whose man was it. It was always him. Listen,
That's my boy Cam
I don't want him on
Panther,
this team.
Yeah.
Career ended too short.
So Shizzy just asked a good question, man, because these linebackers, like I said, once again, is not much separation. So you're on the board. Here's 10. Slater's gone. Like he's already off the board.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Don't run the parade.
He's gone. So we're gonna take a
Like,
linebacker.
quit football.
Yeah, he's gone, man. Hey, I need Slater to have a hella good, combine, impressive. Like,
So him and
It wouldn't surprise me if he's gone to the top 10.
He might go to Cincinnati.
Yeah, go to Cincinnati, man.
After looking at the tape, it would not surprise me if he's gone to the top 10.
So as far as the linebackers is concerned, I know Rome, you're Collins, Spoon, you're Collins, Nix, E. Any other linebackers that stand out?
Man, yeah, I mean, there's a couple that I like for sure. I know a lot of people kind of on the Dylan Moses train from Bama. I'm cool, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm kind of cool, man. I'll tell you what, I like the kid out of Georgia. I like Monty Rice, man. I know the only thing is a little slow in the foot. I got to see what some of his shuttle was 40 times are going to be. But I think, I think he played very well in college. I like Monty Rice. I'm not talking about the first 2-round guy. I'm looking at a guy depth wise when we get to like the 3rd or 4th round, maybe. I like Monty Rice there. The only thing, Bolton from Missouri, flashes, but man,
he's short.
But A, he's short, and B, just somebody tell me when the last time we always hear about all these great linebackers out of Missouri. Which ones came in the league and set the world on fire, guys? Help me out. Alden Smith, that's about it, right? And we've seen a plethora drafted and not really much come of it. I'm not trying to pigeonhole him just to that, lineage, but
right.
The go-to obviously is Collins. I was off on Parsons, and I was kind of like, well, maybe Parsons. Now I'm seeing some character, maybe immaturity issues with
I was on Parsons too, but I don't think we need to put him in the star. He's gonna start.
Yeah, look, and one of my sayings is not everybody's built to play in Dallas.
No,
when that light hits different, and I don't think that Parsons is going to be built to play here. Now I'm more than happy to be wrong on that. Collins is probably the guy. Now do you reach for him at 10? How high is he going to go up this board? Do they think he's a scheme fit? Those will be questions that we'll see moving forward.
I know Dan Quinn in there talking about. Dan Quinn's preaching something for defense,
right?
He might lose.
They're going to give you and they're going to give you some keys now. Yeah, they'll give him some things. They'll give him some
new tires on that car you just bought.
Yeah, they'll give him some toys. Please believe they're going to give him some toys, no doubt.
Right, and I'll say this, y'all. Last year, did I research the draft too heavy? Nope, because I knew CeeDee Lamb was all I wanted, and that's all I really cared about. You know what I'm saying? But this year, yeah, I did. Go ahead. One of my first videos one of the first videos I ever posted was about CeeDee Lamb. That was on my laptop, man.
You had a good draft, bro.
I was done after that.
You was lit. We
got digs and everything. I was already out and dancing in the street, but I don't care. I'm gone, man.
Yeah.
The hardest part this year is I've been diving in, man. I've been spending hours and hours and hours watching film, doing my study and doing my research, man. And it's like when you go to buy a TV, man. You like that TV, when you start researching that one, your eyes keep moving, man. But like I said, and I saw in the comments, man, Nick Bolton. The more I research him, his IQ, his intangibles. He comes down hard hit. He lays the helmet, man. It's I just like this kid, man. Collins. The measurables are there, 6'4", whatnot. It looks good. But I was man, when you sit back and just watch this guy, and vice versa, Bolton stands out for me even over Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons doesn't even look impressive to me the more that I research it, man. And like I said, another
guy, I fell off when I researched Parsons too.
Yeah, and then another guy, man, that I've fallen in love with, and it's gonna probably be my pet cat episode, but I'll lay it out the bag because we all family, man. But Cameron McGrove out of Michigan, man, number 44, he's just one of those guys that's a solid man, making tackles. He's very raw, you know what I'm saying? But he's just, I like dogs, man. Give me athleticism, hunger. I'll fix all the other stuff. If your hips are a little shaky, tight, I'll fix that later.
I just don't want nobody over pursuing because Jalen Smith be making me want to kill myself.
Right. True. But I feel like when it comes to Cam, he might be a second day guy, maybe third day guy that you can get that can be instant impact, man. But that's the thing. But if I had to actually take a linebacker, that's my guy, I would say Bolton, then Collins. That would kind of be my when it comes to linebacker position, man.
Yeah, it's like what Big Game James said the other day. Any linebacker that can stay healthy, because we can't count on LVE staying healthy for 16 games. And with Jalen Smith, he has a lot of work to do to improve.
That's why I think they could go linebacker, just because they like, look, we 2 injuries away from being like, all right, Sean Lee, you trying to
so will we be looking at a linebacker for more of a LV insurance policy or for a replacement for one of the two?
If we go 10 at linebacker as a replacement, if we go a little bit later, then it's an insurance policy.
Right. So let me see. All right, let's talk about another position. I saw this in the chat as well. Nose tackle. What are we going to do about the nose tackle? Do you think we're going to address it through the draft, or is it something we should establish throughout free agency?
Marvin Wilson, free agency first.
Marvin Wilson.
He's on a one tech though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I love Marv. Marv's my guy, but I feel like he's gonna be more of a traditional 3 tech. Like, he's gonna be tossing that rotation.
I'll tell you what they're gonna do. More bargain basement. I already heard this story. Hey, yo, you know we bringing back Gerald McCoy. Like, you already know what they're going to do.
So let me ask you that. So what is y'all thoughts on bringing back Gerald McCoy? Because I did a video, like, I thought it was a done rap. Like, they made a hoodwink Gerald McCoy, to getting out of the deal. But it sounds like they're going to bring him back. What is y'all thoughts on bringing Gerald McCoy back? Do you think he's going to be
better than all of our D tackles right now? Still,
I like it because he's a good teacher.
Right.
Yeah, he got hurt teaching.
Tristan was better before he got hurt.
He was teaching somebody when he got hurt.
Right.
Off on the side.
Right.
I think his intellect on the D line would help. It's almost a done deal. We know we're going to get him back.
Right.
Because he's a bargain shop.
Right.
But I still think we need to take somebody in the draft.
Yeah, I think he can teach a Marvin Wilson or a Barmore.
Right.
Say, to me,
Barmore going early. Barmore made him some money in the
he made, because I was thinking Barmore might be a second round steal.
He made some money
after the national championship game. He didn't jumped up, but I got another guy, like I said, from LSU, my Penn Tiger, man, Tyler Shelvin, man. Give me a big fat nasty one tech. Move that spinner back in the lap, and let's just get out. That's all I need. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm not too familiar with dude. I got what's his name?
Tyler Shelvin out of LSU, man. He had some because they had some issues with him. He got up to 375. I said, "Don't worry, baby. I like that weight, man. Go ahead, put that. Looks good on you, man. Put all that weight." So,
where you think he could go though?
Probably day 2-ish, maybe 3, 4, maybe.
Now we talking then, like so we resign McCoy, and then I'm cool with that.
Right.
Or Terrell Slayton from Florida. That's another. He's about 6'4", 360.
Yeah.
He's another big guy that you can also get in the 3rd or 4th round. I mean, you just need a guy who's going to take up that space.
That's it.
And that's just basically it.
Push that center back in his lap, quarterback's lap, and let's be done with it.
So we take Pitts first round, right? Let's go that. We take Pitts first round.
I mean, here's the thing. If you do a mock draft,
we take Pitts first round.
Hold on, real quick.
Second pick, where you want to go?
Defense.
I know it's defense, but do you want a safety or do you want a linebacker?
Whoever's
I took a corner. So actually, since we all here, we all fam, let me put my little old mock up, man.
we need scenarios to happen.
Hey, we might as well just throw it out there because that's what we're gonna be talking about for the next 3 months.
Yeah. Hey, again, Slater. I forgot to tell y'all that right now he's training in Frisco. By the way, FYI.
Look, I'm Team Slater now. You didn't. I had to bring it up because
if you want to draft Nugget, I'm just saying. Go ahead and book him for the Team 30 visits because he is training in Frisco. I found that out last night.
You making me think of just a diesel line, like coming out there and just road grading again. And now I'm off searching.
so here's my little old pin mark, man.
Put it up.
I'm trying to. I don't know how to screen share. I'm new to StreamYard, man. I share my screen. I don't even know. I think it's gonna let me do because I got so many people on here.
That's all right.
I got Kyle Pitts at 10. Boom. Everybody's happy. We buying jerseys. We dripped out. We good.
You better not go all Florida State.
84. Got that 84. Got that 84. Got that 84.
Well, it's going to be a little Florida State-ish. The second pick in the second round, we take Asante Samuel Jr. as a nickel corner because we already signed Cheeto back.
I like your other one.
I can see him signing Cheeto back. You're right. I can see it.
But I like your other one.
What was that one?
That one with that Georgia kid.
Oh, with Campbell, or we can go Campbell. I had another one. We take Campbell. Okay, cool. All right. Then we took Trayvon Mooring at the 74th pick at safety. Cool. Boom. That's taken care of.
Damn, you think you're going that far?
My guy Shelvin was off the table, but Marvin Wilson was there, so I took Marvin Wilson from Florida State, and then I took Charles Snowden at linebacker, and then I got some receivers and stuff down there.
You get deep in the weeds once you get that far in the draft.
Yeah, but I had to go get my guy Scary Terry. But that's a little bit different.
No, you're not taking 3 receivers in it.
I'm just saying that guy is the perfect Michael Gallup insurance policy.
I really do think they'll take a running back this year.
Yeah, and he was there. He was there, but I took it, like I said,
not early, but like
if he's sitting around 5-ish, man, I think they would. Like, yeah.
I
hate to say it. I know everybody love Pollard. He ain't like changed the game this year. He could beat.
But you got to replace Zeke. He beat San Francisco.
That contract gonna save Zeke. You know that contract gonna save Zeke.
Right. Right. So let's wrap it. I mean, we can wrap it up or we can keep going because it's Friday night. Me, Spoon, and Knicks. We keep the ball rolling. I got the drinks flowing.
I got like 20-30 in me.
20-30.
Wifey, Valentine's Day. Yeah, so give me in a minute.
Keep the ball rolling. Keep those questions coming in the chat, man. We'll keep those things rolling, man. Shout out to my guy Sofo, Team Pitts in the house. We in the house. That's what I need, man. I need my guys, man, because they trying to kick me from Team Pitts to Team.
Where is Team Slater?
No, bro.
Look, I'm a double agent. Team Slater in the house. Slater in the house.
I'm about to join Team Trade back or something, man. I'm about to.
Hey, look, I know they're not getting rid of Collins, so I'm Team Slater at guard for a year and just having the meanest line in the league.
Right.
Yeah, man. I mean, hey, you can't look. One thing, here's the other thing as well, right? And the thing that I talked about as we got to the end of the season, we're talking about, man, shout out to Philbin. Maybe the best coaching job across the board, what he did with this offensive line during the season. And then you kind of think about what he was able to do as, as the O-line coach. And then you give him a Slater too to plug and play in this thing. Yeah. Well, I mean, things can get a little dicey. I can look now, Tuck, I can make it sexy for you. I know you feel like it's a sweater, a pullover sweater you're getting for Christmas, and you need that. But if I get into talking Philbin in this line and what we can do and some things we got, I can make it sexy for you.
Sweater,
make it sexy for me. Take Slater, then turn around and give me Asante Samuel Jr. Then we can call it cool.
He's not 6 feet, sir.
But he's going to be a perfect nickel corner.
I agree. I would take him. And
the talk has been that we move on from Jordan Lewis, if not possibly shifting the free safety. What's your thoughts on Jay Lou? I think we move on. I think Jay Lou's done in Dallas.
There you go.
I think they're gonna keep either him or Cheeto.
I think if they have to come down between
I think if Jordan Lewis gets the opportunity to go somewhere to play outside, he's gone. I think Jordan Lewis doesn't want to be here anymore. More so than maybe if the Cowboys want to.
He can go.
Right.
Jordan Lewis gonna go to Kansas City.
Piss me off. They gonna piss me off. Everybody go to Kansas.
Be in the Super Bowl locking up. Yeah.
That's where they all go.
Hitchens,
They all go over there.
And be talking spicy in their press conferences. The last team I was with, I don't know what they was doing.
The environment is so much different. The scheme,
they
really committed to winning here. Like, all right, bro. All right, I see.
Yeah, they focus on ball here. Yeah. That's what they always do. They focus on football here. I don't know what they was doing the last thing.
Cole Beasley. Cole Beasley. I'm surprised he ain't dropped the diss record on him, man.
I'll be so mad when they go to Kansas City,
bro,
because it worked, and I'll be like, "Damn, they was right."
Right. I'll be watching the Chiefs. Like I said, I'm here in Kansas City, man. It's like, oh, okay, that's a good play by Anthony Hitchens. All right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Even Scandrick had a little stint in Kansas City.
That's what I'm saying.
A little bit better. Like, all right, I see what y'all doing, man.
But the one thing I will say, and that for sure they're going to do, is they're going to cover their bases across the board. Now, we don't know what they're going to do in free agency or how they're going to open up that wallet. We kind of have a general idea. We know for sure if we want to tip the cap anywhere to what they do prior to the draft is they cover their bases for the most part where they're not just behind the 8-ball pigeonhole. Okay, this pick, I got to take X guy because we just don't have nothing there. So, if you want to hint as to where they're going to do work in this free agency, no matter what scale we're talking, it'll be D tackle, It'll be free safety. It'll be a cornerback. It'll be a linebacker. They're going to go sign those guys.
Now, Simmons, this is going to tell us so much.
It'll tell us a whole lot.
It'll tell us so much.
And the thing the one thing that I pounded on the table last year, and I'm continuing it with this year is at a certain point, as an organization, and you dilly-dally with Dak, and it looks like we should get this deal done. You got to push your chips all the way into the middle as an organization. You got to say, okay, we are here. We are close enough. We have a championship offense. Look, we made sure that our young gun, 32-year-old play caller, didn't leave us for Boise State. We got him on 3 years. We told me, Tuck. And,
let's talk about that, though.
Okay.
That's a topic I forgot. Keller Moore, interviewed by the Eagles. What was your thoughts on that, man? Do y'all think
it's a joke? They ain't going nowhere, man.
I tell you this right now. That would hurt Keller Moore's career start as a coach than anything else, because at the end of the day, you go into a team. If you go to the Eagles, you go into a team with cap issues. Right. You go into a team that's forcing you to play with their quarterback. Basically, you're a puppet. I wouldn't take that job. It's not an attractive
job.
All
them weapons in Dallas, he's not leaving that.
Yeah,
you want to go from Dak to Carson Wentz.
But like I said, I've been calling Jalen Hurts kind of a fake Jalen Hurts is kind of a fake Gucci belt Dak Prescott. So I mean, Kellen.
I wouldn't be
getting traded this.
You know why they trading him? Because you see how much power Carson got on the low. Mm-hmm. He got drug up out of there. They trading Hurts. He like, look, y'all got one more thing to do, so figure it out.
But do y'all
be a hot take?
all these Eagles guys. Do y'all think Eagles fans will let the Eagles move on from Hurts after what they've seen and maintain Carson Wentz?
Jeffrey Lurie, the owner, is going to move on from Hurts.
I mean, they chose.
He loves Carson Wentz.
Yes, but that guy getting rid of Peterson was more about look. It's easier to get rid of a coach than get rid of $100 million quarterback.
Exactly. So why do y'all think the Eagles made the picks? I hate to be talking about the Eagles, but why do y'all think they even made the pick for Jalen Hurts? Was it just kind of selfish to keep us from getting them possibly?
Because everybody in the building didn't feel the same.
Right.
So somebody made a pick that, at the time they was like, okay, because apparently Lurie and what's the dude name? Lincoln Riley got a relationship. Mm. So he probably got the co-sign from Lincoln Riley, like, yo, pick that dude up. But he ain't know that Carson was so soft and wasn't gonna be able to handle it.
They're trying to find a guy they're trying to find the coach to coach with right now. That's why they're interviewing all these people. Mm. That's why they're doing it. And look, and at the end of the day, when it comes to Kellen, no, he's not going to take the job, but he should absolutely go take the interview. Because at the end of the day, there's only 32 of these jobs in the world, guys, on the NFL level. And for him, it's a good interview process for whenever it is time for him to become a head coach. Now, we all kind of think he's the guy I'm waiting. But if it does, these can change in a matter of one season. We've seen it happen. That way, whenever it is time for him to take that next interview process and it's time for him to go get maybe an NFL head coaching job, he's got that weight underneath him and understanding how these interviews are going to be conducted and move forward. So, I mean, he should take it. I don't think he's going to take the job, but he should take the interview.
What if he left? Would it break us?
Yeah. That would hurt.
I mean, Dak, man. I
like to just throw it out there, rip the band-aid off. What if he left? Would it break our team?
Yeah, I'm broke.
No, not would you be mad?
I think
could they salvage it, or would it just be over?
No, they can salvage it. It wouldn't be over.
You think McCarthy would be like, all right, guess I got to dust out this.
That'll like to come here.
You think McCarthy would come off the bench like, all right?
Because there was this conversation that the reason why Mike McCarthy was making kind of these decisions, like I said, me and Mike McCarthy shook hands, is because he wasn't calling the offense, so he was out of a rhythm when it comes to the game flow. So what do you guys think that was possibly a reason why you saw some of these mistakes from Mike McCarthy that we usually didn't see from him in Green Bay? Or does he think it's just he is who he is?
Pressure bust pipes, man. Dallas pressure is different. The same play in Green Bay is different when you like, shit, what Jerry gonna think?
Right.
I don't know. Like, you don't got to think about that in Green Bay. But everything you do, like, you can't go take a piss in Dallas without thinking, what's Jerry gonna think? Like, so I think a lot of those plays he second guessed himself, and he need to let that go and just follow his gut, because I know he second guessed himself on that last flag in the Giants game.
Right.
He knew he should have threw it, but
just
he was like, what Jerry gonna think? I would have threw that joint onto the other sideline.
Hey, Shout out to moving the chains. I mean, as you talked about the no shade and for 2 years of play call. I mean, Sean McVay called plays for 1 year and became the head coach, and it's a copycat league. So at the end of the day, everyone's looking to catch that lightning in the bottle.
Everybody wants the next hot thing.
They want the next Sean McVay. So I mean, he has more experience.
McVay look like a leader of men. Is Kellen the leader? McVay look like he command the room. Do Kellen command the room?
I can imagine us being this is a linebacker group right here, right? And then Keller Moore comes in. It was, hey, straighten up, fellas. Bro, we were laughing.
Shut up, coach.
Hey, who ordered pizza, man?
Yeah, and Sean McVay was a little older. Sean McVay was around 36, I believe. Yeah. Right? And is Kellen even 34? I don't think Kellen's 34.
I think he's like 32, 31.
So,
yeah.
Again, I don't think it's over there, but this is one of those things that you're going to see moving forward with some of these teams looking for the next Sean McVay, if you can.
Yeah, but here's the difference with McVay. McVay's been his first stint was in Tampa, like in the 2007, something like that. So he's been around a minute. I actually agree with moving the chains because at the end of the day, Keller Moore just put down his helmet.
Right.
Just put down the helmet. And the only thing you got on his resume is behind Dak. That's pretty much it. Now, end of the day, listen, again, if they get Keller Moore, listen, I'm not mad at all. I trusted McCarthy to salvage this, and we'll go straight to the West Coast. But here's the thing. It's like Tuck just said. He comes into the room. And not only you're with a bunch of veteran guys. They can't release everybody.
Right.
You can't cut everybody. You're about over 50 million cap space. So Fletcher Cox of the world, the Deshaun Jackson, they're not gonna listen to this guy.
Right.
Listen,
the best thing to do is the safest thing for the Eagles to do is just hire Deuce Staley as the head coach. Why? Familiarity. That's the safest and the best thing they should do.
You put your helmet down, you got to be somebody like Vrabel.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You can come in the room as Vrabel playing 2 years ago and be like, look,
right.
Because I'll go out there with the field with you right now.
Right.
And Moore ain't doing that. Vrabel will be like, yo, I put the pads on tonight.
Right. See, my guy Mendoza said Keller Moore is 32. Yeah, he's still fairly young. Ooh. So, like I said, about two years, Mike McCarthy, tick.
Last year.
Hold on. They're going to just give it to Keller.
What did you say, E? Go ahead.
This is Mike McCarthy's last year.
Explain.
Barring a Super Bowl.
Yeah, you're right. He's right.
Barring a Super Bowl.
They let him rock an NFC Championship game. He better get there, though.
No,
he's right.
They better open up. Hold on. They better open up that wallet. They better open up that wallet. And some cats. They better open up that wallet because this draft they fixing their defense.
Right.
Mm-hmm. No, you're right. They do. Like Nick said, they got to push their chips to the middle. We got look. We signed Dak. We got to say next 2 years we all in. We can't be playing with it.
And that's why I keep trying to explain to Cowboys Nation. It's like, you got to be all in. We signed Dak. It is what it is. If we crap out and miss, then we'll deal with it as it comes. You know what I'm saying? Like, we draft well, but it's like, if there's a Justin Simmons out there that can fix the secondary, just go get him. Just go get him. And if he turns out to Brandon Carr 2.0,
call your agent and tell him stop playing.
Yeah, and give us a 2-for-1 because they both got the same agent. Give us a 2-for-1.
Right.
Yeah, they should be working their contracts together. Like, look, let's make it like this.
Let's get it right over here. And looking at the end of the day, it's not that we know that Steven knows that free safety is an issue or safety in general. He tried to go get Minka. He tried to go get Jamal Adams not once but twice. So it's not like he's a
Hey, you know what the guy said?
The trigger.
Earl Thomas getting in trouble. They would have did it.
Here's the other thing.
Him getting in trouble again.
I've been saying that. What was the biggest hush? The hush sign they could have made this offseason was Earl Thomas. Yeah. Hey, Cowboys fans, here you go. You wanted Earl Thomas. It's a story. Yeah. And honestly, like I said, I still wasn't fully counting out. I would kind of
man. That last story, I was like, all right, he looking for a bid. He trying to get a bid. He not.
They usually be right up Jerry's alley. You know what I'm saying? Court, I can get you out of court.
You can't be running down on your wife
for cheat. If you come play for me for cheat,
I can
get you out of court.
It's the type of crime. It ain't like when dude was still in the drawers.
Hey,
Greg Hardy.
Greg Hardy. Hey,
And I think Jerry might have learned his lesson with Greg Hardy was wild too.
And honestly, I think that was the straw that broke the camel's back was Greg Hardy. We ain't heard none of those type of signings from Jerry Jones since. I think he was like, all right, bro.
Greg Hardy was nuts.
Right.
Extra guilty. He just made sure off. He was extra guilty.
But Aldon Smith ain't like Aldon Smith's kind of recovered. Like
happy for Aldon Smith. He recovered his life.
Yeah. Greg Hardy was fresh out of court. Jerry Jones said we giving him a second chance.
I'm saying.
I mean, look, I'll tell you this. I wouldn't mind Earl Thomas coming here to Dallas. As long as we draft us a safety.
Spoon, you ready? Spoon, boy, I know you. I know you with that safety. Go ahead.
Listen, I'm tired. I am tired. We haven't had a good safety in a long time. And
Donovan Wilson, that gummit.
No.
I can't wait to buy my guy Spoon and Nazareth Dean.
That's the problem. That's the problem. I love Donovan Wilson, but that's the problem. Stephen Jones would get cute. Well, we don't need to spend money on a safety because we got Donovan Wilson. No, yes, you do.
No, we need both.
We need both. Don't get
Donovan Wilson. We got lucky. We got our Jamal Adams accidentally.
Yeah,
we got our Jamal Adams on accident.
Right. In particular, in this scheme with the one safety high, you got to have a land shark. You got to have a guy that can range in this.
And
defense.
I need a guy not just. I don't want just like you were saying earlier. I need instincts.
Yeah.
Like every single prospect I look at, if instincts ain't in that first paragraph, I'm like, I'm straight.
Right.
Because I see we got talent on this team. Jalen Smith got the athletic talent. His instincts are trash.
Right.
I need instincts. That's why, like every player I'm looking at, okay, you know how to. That's why they say David Collins got good instincts.
That's my guy May right there because as you just talked about, and I've said it before too, and I agree with you, Rome. Is we got us a baby Jamal Adams who might actually cover a little better than Jamal Adams.
No, he better.
Yeah, so we got us a baby Jamal, but we watched May work the free safety position opposite of Jamal and how that worked out pretty well for them. And May might be that second tier. If you can't get a Simmons, you can get a May in here to be that free safety on the other side. And things look pretty good. And then you still go, again, even if you get a May, like Justice Simmons, I'll shut up and I don't need to really be focused on a safety in the draft. Right. But if I get a May, I need a guy behind there in training. May can hold me down. May's a bridge gap guy for me. If I'm signing Simmons, I'm good for 4 years and I can walk away.
But I think what we all need to just settle in on is this, like, because we'll the rest of the offseason, because our offense is pretty set, we're going to play defensive Jenga. We're going to move pieces around, and that's what we're going to do in our mind to make the best defense. But I am going to go in the next season. I just need top 15. I don't care if it's 15.
Right.
Top 20,
I really do have confidence, even if we don't get a Pitts. Yeah. Whatever pieces we add, I think that our offense will definitely be top 10. Like, and I'm being bare minimum, of course, fellas. I'm just saying.
Right.
So if our defense can hold people to 20, 24, 21, or what I'm saying?
22. Circle that.
We can make it work.
Right.
And that's what I need. That's why the secondary pieces are important to me, because at points of last season, like I was in my living room about to slip my wrist because I'm like, yo, every single down they get the ball, like every time they get the ball, you literally. I'm in my living room like they're going to score. Like, I shouldn't feel like no matter what, every time you get the ball, it's not even a question. Like, they're in the red zone. Oh, so I'm going to go get something to eat.
So let me ask you this about the secondary, though, because we saw that once we kind of got Anthony Brown, Cheeto, and also Diggs back in the rotation, our secondary played better. So do you think that's what the Dallas Cowboys are going to build up on, or do they think they're going to think we still need to help the secondary? Because honestly, the secondary isn't the main issue in the defense for me. It's that front. Like,
stop the run.
Stop the run. Like, the run is just stupid, ridiculous when it comes to the Dallas.
That's why I was front seven. Yeah. Because the front seven will help your secondary.
Right.
Washington got world beater corners.
Right. So I feel like if you would,
I said we're gonna have Chase Young and them.
Trenches. Gotta win the trenches.
If you were to have a Cheeto, Diggs, let's say Anthony Brown's kind of your front three,
and maybe Reggie Robinson gets slid back over the corner now.
Reggie Robinson. Perfectly fine. Okay, I'm cool. But if you can get me that defensive line, that front seven, a reliable linebacker, you know what I'm saying, a one tech, then I would feel a lot more comfortable with our secondary. But when you're able to get the run game established, they can run all over the field, then you get wide open plays and miscommunications in the secondary. It's just a bad mix, man.
So like, you said you want Moore second round, right?
Nah, he was my third, actually.
All right, well, let's say I don't think he'll slip that far. Let's just say he goes second round. Right. So I'm trying to feed into what you want. Okay. Let's say we go Pitts Fine.
Right.
I'm gonna just live with that because it ain't that deep to me. As long as we look good.
Right.
We get the
No,
safety.
damn good.
We sign. I ain't dealing with you. We get the safety. We sign Gerald McCoy, and we sign Simmons. No. We draft the safety. We signed Gerald McCoy. Who else we need in free agency? Because if we draft the safety, are we still getting Simmons?
Man, you got. You got a good
Where we gonna
linebacker.
put the money? We gonna sign somebody in free agency. So what hole we gonna fill?
I feel like the first
You gotta
hole
get
to address,
linebacker.
it has to be either going to address the one tech, which would like be a Tomlinson, or it has to be the safety position, which will be a Justin Simmons.
What's the best free agent linebackers?
There's really none out there.
Oh no,
KJ Wright. That's the only one.
You got KJ Wright. You got KJ Wright. Hey, look, a guy that played here last year really well. We let him get out the building. He's familiar with the system. Malcolm Smith will be a free agent as well. You can definitely bring him back in here. So there's some guys on the free agent list as far as
linebackers are cheaper than most of these other positions. I hate to say it.
Right.
Throw the money at them and then say them and then draft other positions.
But here's the thing: if we're signing Alden Smith back, depending how much money Jerry gives him, then I don't think we're gonna sign on one technique unless it's somebody. Who did Big James mention last time? Oh, he mentioned Jonathan Hankins. Somebody on a cheap end, right? Maybe on a cheap end. It won't be that big. But like I said, Stephen Jones has got to go out there and get us somebody. You know, end of the day, don't waste these good coaches. Don't waste it.
Sorry, my daughter popped in.
No, you good. We were talking about Ultimate Team earlier off cam. You gotta pay to play, man.
You gotta pay. You gotta pay, man. You bargain shop is no good.
Yeah, we gotta. I think if we get up at least 2 good free agents, at least 2.
So do you think? So do you guys think the Cowboys will be active for day one free agency?
Hey, how about Levante David at free agency?
Now you're talking. Now you're talking about life.
There's
you got me.
One of the guys that were mentioned, I think when we did the show with Big Game, I can't remember. We do so many shows. Ndamukong Suh, kind of a mercenary. You know, one of those guys we could bring in.
Oh, I'll take a Suh because
he said no.
You can't demand but so much at this point. I'll take a Suh.
You out on Suh?
Oh, so if we had Suh and McCoy,
2 years ago, I wanted him. Bang.
So look, if we run the 4-3 with Suh and McCoy in between D-Law and Randy Gregory, how you gonna feel then?
I'll be honest. I don't want me personally. I don't want McCoy back. I think it's a progress stop.
I know it's gonna happen. That's I ain't saying I'm hype.
But same scenario. You give me Randy Gregory, DeMarcus Lawrence, Suh, and Tristan Hill and Neville Gallimore, then I'm okay with that. I'm much better with that. I'm much better with that.
Yeah, I ain't fighting for McCoy. I just heard them. They released the story saying they wanted to bring him back.
Yeah. I mean, when they released him, we did our show, and I told them, I was like, they had a wink deal the day they released him, like, hey, we're going to free up this money. We'll bring you back in the offseason. Well, shit kind of went left, and now you got a new defensive coordinator, so it'll be interesting if that's still going to come into play, whether Quinn's like, yeah, go and bring him back, or nah, we're good.
For McCoy or Suh, I would be good with either one, and then going young with the other one.
Right.
I like Neville. I think Neville going to be all right.
Yeah, I think Neville's going to be all right. Yeah, and I like Tristan. Tristan's one of my new favorites, man. Like, I love what I saw from Tristan, man. And that's the thing is, like, Tristan went down in the same game that Dak went down, so I couldn't, like, say double feel any sorrow for him because I was already over the game. But like,
I was about to cry. But
I cried, man. Y'all check the channel, man. When I did my video after Dak went down, man, I had to hold it back like a girl.
I was crying on mine. I was
emotional.
Bro, and there's so many people who tweet me and they be like, bro, I'm like, you blocked. And I'm like, why am I blocked? Because he was talking when Dak went down, and I didn't want to hear. I didn't want to hear no Andy Dalton. I didn't want to hear. Bro, if you had something bad to say about Dak when Dak went down,
we actually not a fault.
Hey, but look, as mad as I was when Dak went down, the lowest point of me this season was that Washington game, the first one. When I saw, when I saw the team ain't had no fight, that rant. I was like, if you look at the rant, my eyes was glossy. Like, I was so mad at the team. Like, so y'all not even gonna fight. Y'all gonna just get knocked around and just be cool with it. Like, I was so
for me, it was the Thanksgiving game. Really the fourth down going for it.
I was mad at McCarthy. I was like,
let me ask you that, Ron, because I never really got your take on this. How are you feeling about Mike McCarthy?
Mike McCarthy, when we first got him, I wanted somebody like we were saying with Vrabel. I wanted the diametric opposite to Garrett. I wanted somebody like the stuff he did this year. I know that he got all the flack about the watermelons. I want a motivator.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I never really thought McCarthy was super X's and O's guy. That wasn't really me. But I did see emotion when things happen. That's why I got confused when we was getting did dirty by the officials. I'd be waiting for him to flip out like he used to do in Green Bay.
Right.
And I don't know if he got muzzled by our owners, like, hey man, don't do that down here or whatever. I need the emotion because football a game of emotion. If your coach has emotion, I'm not saying like blind emotion, like don't be like Mike Singletary. I'm saying like you know what I mean, like control, like you know how to lead men. And that's what I thought, but I ain't gonna lie, it's been a roller coaster of emotion. Like I've been up and down, like some weeks I'm like, yeah, he got the pulse of the team, like the Vikings.
Right.
And then we come back and have the Thanksgiving game, and I'm mad. I ain't even enjoying my meal because I'm like, what's he doing? So the worst answer ever is I don't know. I do agree with Ito. This is last year if he don't get it done. They not playing. They're like 150 years old. He's not playing. He's not waiting 3-4 years.
You better go sign. You better go sign some guys.
What's your thoughts on McCarthy, man?
Who?
Spoon.
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I'm not so hard on McCarthy because this is not his team. This is still these plays are still the same plays from the last head coach that we had. Still bad plays. Is not really trying to make an excuse for it, but it's just being honest. We was all sold the dream that a lot of these players were good, and they're not that good at all. Yeah. McCarthy came on this team, especially the COVID year. He couldn't really teach. Yes, I know other coaches, they had the same thing, like the Cleveland Browns, Stefanski, they going places, but we have the most injuries out of everybody in the league. And on top of that, we just don't have a lot of good players. And
well, I'll say this. When you say that, do you mean more defense?
More
like that about most of the offensive players.
If Dak Prescott was playing, even with with the injuries with the offensive line, I would still think we're a playoff team because the offense is explosive. I think with the CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, Gallup, Dak Prescott, we will be okay. But again, when Dak went down, then you saw with Andy Dalton got knocked out of the game against Washington. Then you got the Garrett Gilbert, the no. I mean, end of the day,
you know what I hear when you say,
Ben DiNucci is though.
Don't bring him up. Don't bring him up. I like that name, Chuck.
Spoonie keeps saying players aren't that good. I just keep hearing linebackers aren't that good. That's all I'm thinking of. What players are the ones that are underperforming?
So let me go around the table and ask you all this.
But here's the thing, bro.
Think that the Dallas Cowboys don't have enough talent? Because I'm actually the opposite. I think we have more than enough talent. I believe we have
our defense is lacking. That's why I've been in here arguing.
Here's the thing, bro. Let's go back to the beginning.
So go ahead, Nick. Nick's answer. Nick, do you think we have enough talent?
Here's your problem, and it was a problem before McCarthy got here, and it's a problem that McCarthy is now still here. If you want to be good on defense, you have to be strong down the middle, which means your one tech, your linebackers, and your safety play. And unfortunately, we just haven't been strong down the middle. Look, you don't have to have, as Rome said, you don't have to have a top 10 defense. Get somewhere around 15. As I've said, 22 points is what I circle. Can the defense hold the 22 points is what I look at. It's 22. Okay. And you look at a team like Kansas City, which we're out here pitching and talking about Pitts right to come in here and kind of give us that gauntlet on offense. Where are they at on defense? They're not. I mean, who's your starting corners, guys? Who's your starting corners? Real quick, who are they? Let me know because they're strong down the middle. It's Chris Jones, right? It's two linebackers we had here.
They got instincts in that back end though, because Honey Badger's not good.
Right. A corner though, right? But you got Honey Badger and Thornhill. And they're able to protect the middle of the field. And that's why it doesn't work here. Look, the game of football is very simple. Okay, it's one of the trenches, and then you have to be able to attack the middle of the field very well, and you have to be able to defend the middle of the field very well. And unfortunately, we're not able to do that on defense because we have neglected when Marinelli was here. Oh, remember we did with Henry Melton up there? He was a former fullback, and look what he is in Chicago and all that. Oh, over in Tampa, at SAP and all that.
I like Irvin though.
Right. Yeah, but okay, but he was a head case, and he would show up for 2 or 3 games. Where was he? He was smoking weed, getting his nipples pierced. I don't know. So at the end of the day, we've neglected defensive line for so long, and of course we banged the table for 3 years straight now about safety.
But he was an accident too. We wasn't.
Yeah, we got him off the scrappy. We got him off somebody's practice, Kansas City's practice squad. So until they get a 1 second, stop the run, they find a free safety on the back end, we'll sit here and the wheels on the bus go round and round.
Right. Look, if they say we're gonna trade for Quinn Williams, even if people hate it, we'll love it mid-season. Like, damn, Jalen Smith look different now.
Man, D-Law's got 10 plus sacks now. Because here's the thing people don't understand: when your ends are screaming off the edge, and the quarterback, there's nothing here in the middle. Let me take 1
step up,
2 steps forward.
Actually, let me skirt out.
Antoine Woods getting blown off the ball.
Antoine Woods is way over here. I'm just going to run instead. So you can't get sacks at that point. But everybody thinks this is basketball. Go get a LeBron James and you're good. It's not how this thing works, man. They got to be in their position and play what they got to do. And until we get strong down the middle of this defense, we'll sit here and talk about the same shit over. I don't care who it is. Mike Nolan, Dan Quinn, Chris Richard. Hey, go make Sean Lee the defensive coordinator. It won't matter.
But also, you also have bad attitudes. Also, the comments that were made last offseason, I mean, let's keep it real. Jalen saying, if the owner don't care, we don't care. Xavier was saying we don't have to give the effort and can't give 100% all the time. And then D-Law in the beginning, all this Smith playing this scheme, so he knows the scheme. I don't know the scheme. Listen, that's all bad. When you hear those comments, it tells you how comfortable they was. It was candy. So when we talk about Mike McCarthy, you know what McCarthy is? A substitute teacher walking into a different classroom, and all he's doing is like this. Now, here's the thing: he couldn't see this guy face to face because of COVID. His meetings was on the computer. So my thing is this: when you see these guys here, it's like this is what we're working with. End of the day, we all as fans was pissed off this whole off season. I mean, this season, just listening to the comments that these players were making. They was like, we can't be touched. So when you got that attitude that I can't be touched, how the hell? Oh, what is that?
They got humbled this year, though.
It's the same thing Rome said earlier about Coston. Now, here's the thing what BJ said earlier. The one thing that we have now is coaches who teaches. Teach. That's what we got. Guys who can teach. We saw Jalen Smith. Yeah, of course he was number 2 in the league with tackles. Well, that's because these running backs would get to the second level, but let's just keep it real.
Yeah, how many tackles behind him? How many tackles for loss he had?
Yeah, no,
I think it was 0. He had 1.
He had high number. He had the tackles.
152 tackles, no tackles for loss. And he talking about watch the tape.
Clear eye view.
Here's the thing, Rome. That's the attitude with these guys.
Actually, what we're gonna do? I'm gonna buy some clear eye view glasses, and we're gonna sit back and watch some Jalen films.
No, we not.
Bro, you gonna hate him. Yo, I got a video.
Like I said, the thing is, like, I like Jalen Smith, the person, the man, the story, the football player, not so much.
No. I made a video and said I think I hate Jalen Smith.
I saw it. Definitely
because his attitude. He might be an amazing person, help old people cross the street and donate money. That's cool,
right? And it's hard.
His football attitude is broken.
Yes,
right.
I agree.
He's not fully locked in the game as a linebacker. I play like you have to be locked in. He's celebrating, swiping. If you think about it, every time there's a turnover,
bro, every time there's a first down, he's
come get in the picture. Come get in the picture. Come on, guys.
Not even.
Make sure that you recovered the ball yet, bro. First,
how are you swiping and it's a first down opposing team?
Right.
How are you swiping?
I mean, where did 2018 Jalen go?
Yeah, I don't know. The straw that broke the camel's back for me with Jalen was the very last game, the fumble, right? And oh my God, here could be a gift. Right. And here's what I saw.
Right.
The ball's on the ground. Jalen, people are piling up. Jalen's pointing that we have the ball. Then I see Diggs running down into the pile in front of him, and I'm like,
that's what sold me on Diggs.
Me too.
He dove and that's why Tuck. Give me at least this. Diggs is co-signing Surtain. If Surtain gonna come in with that type of attitude,
but he would co-sign my guy Campbell from Georgia.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying. I like people. He was just saying he's a dog,
right?
And I'm just going to Nick's point. Like the way, if you watch that clip again, I know it sounds like minuscule. Like, why does that even matter? The way he dove in there, it didn't break our way, but that's the attitude. Like, don't give up.
Right.
That giving up attitude is why Odell swung the ball back and ran for a touchdown. Because as hard as Alden Smith was fighting, he didn't make the tackle. But he slowed him down enough. The rest of the team should have been able to rally. But everybody was playing around like, ain't no way he goes, score.
No.
But Rome, here's the thing.
Broke my TV on that play.
So Chain's not a bad pick. He's not a bad.
Almost broke my TV that play.
So Chain's
and I tell everybody, bro. Everyone you talk about the Thanksgiving game or whatnot, and shouts out to the Browns. Shouts out to all my guys, all the guys that had me on their show that Browns week. It was really the Cleveland Browns game that really broke my back this season. Bro, we got ran over by a guy named Dearness Johnson who's got a damn fishing boat. And I was like, what is wrong? And even though we did come back, we did that stupid watermelon kick for the second time. And I sit back and said, we lost to the Browns. We are not.
Let's make Nick's point. Let's go all the way back to the Rams playoff game.
Butterball Anderson.
That middle,
Jay Henderson,
is soft.
Yeah.
SOF capital T.
Right.
And what you said that was our worst problem this year. Run defense.
Still.
That middle is soft.
Right.
That's why when I was saying who we need to cut, like you said, Crawford need to retire or go get a job somewhere else. Antoine Woods can go. Like most of them in the middle, none of them should feel safe. Except for, Gallimore, like I just got drafted, so they're going to give me a shot. Everybody else should be like, I don't know.
Gallimore and Hill is only two.
Yeah.
And look, and at least give McCarthy this. He brought in Poe. He brought in McCoy. Obviously, McCoy got hurt. And Poe didn't work out. But at least they tried to address it. You know, they at least tried. Now take that same try and spend a little bit more money and get a guy that can. Jerry will give you some of them first downs that you're talking about. I need Jerry Jones in the meat coat 1992 on the sideline, swagger during this free agency period to go put them chips in the middle and go fix this. Because in this draft and what we need, and here's what sucks about the 10th pick, free safety, rangy, and a defensive tackle, nasty one tech. They're not there for us, it's in, and that sucks. You know, but there's things we can do there. We've talked about all the options we can do, whether it's corner, left tackle, or tight end. Or, you know what, Tuck, even for you, wide receiver, just for you.
We'll answer both of your questions.
But I'm okay with it. You got to find a partner, though. But part two is, see, to me, this is a draft in the later rounds to come up because it's not as long as last year's draft. I want that meat in the second and third round. I want to come up. But beyond that, this is the year, though, even though free agency doesn't match up what our needs are for one tech and free safety, boy, this free agent class is here to be had. All they got, the door's unlocked. Just walk through the damn door.
Sign Dak to get the extra money and do what you're talking about.
Yeah,
that's right.
Listen,
and I know you guys say you guys have about 30 minutes. I'm going to quickly ask y'all, Dak Prescott, do you think we get the deal done before the draft, or are we going to franchise tag him and drag it on?
I think they do, because they need to send that message that we're not playing.
Yeah.
Well, Dak made a comment today, and he says, with my hopes, I believe I will be a Dallas Cowboy for the rest of my career. Now, here's the thing. It's already signed. When I seen that, I am convinced. So my thing is this. And this is my hot take. I told BJ and I told Tuck last time. I see it happening during Super Bowl weekend. Jared
Lover's still a hot headline. You right? Jared Lover headline like, y'all talking about the Chiefs? Y'all talking about Dallas? Because did we sign McCarthy last year Super Bowl weekend?
Yes, we did.
Wild card working. It was like wild card.
I thought he was kicked off. He
love a headline. You might be right.
Yeah.
Mike McCarthy news hit.
Yeah, because think about it. He tried to do it this week with the Dan Quinn sign, and then the Eagles backfired and rebutted with the Doug.
He did. You like,
okay, all right.
He slapped that Dan Quinn on him. He dropped that Dan Quinn.
All right, that's what we doing. Okay, I got one for y'all. You know what I'm saying?
I'm ready, everybody, right here. Boom. Came up right here, and he said it. So when I was reading that, I was like, you know what? I'm not worried about it no more.
Yeah, my hopes, man.
I mean, I think, the same thing I said as soon as the game, as soon as we lost to the Giants, we jumped on the post games. And, my thing was this: simply be a well-run NFL organization front office. Be clear-cut, do what you got to do, be concise. And I wanted, zero razor-sharp focus in this offseason. Take care of the defense. Let us know what we're going to do. We've done that. Great job. So we know right now, as we're sitting here in the middle of January, exactly what we're going to be playing moving forward. We can go ahead and get these guys into their roles, get them learning, get things moving. Okay, we can start building the draft board that way, right? We can start scouting these free agents the way that we want to, stuff like that. Part two of that was get Dak done ahead of, forget the draft. Let's get Dak done ahead of free agency so we can be proactive in free agency. Let's send the message to everybody. Dak's the guy. This is the way we're rolling, right? Take care of business. You already secured Keller Moore. He might have got up out of here. You got him back in here. You got the defense handled. Get Dak done. Let's everything be razor sharp this year to get this thing rolling the right direction. And if you get Dak done, look, Spoon, I love it. Super Bowl weekend, absolutely. Still the headlines do that. And we're ahead of schedule of what we need to get.
I'm surprised at how fast they moved on. Like what you're saying. I like if people pick up what you're putting down. Right. And to your point, with them getting Dan Quinn in here quick, like they're not dragging their feet for the first time in a long time.
Right.
So you're right. Signing Dak early would give me a sense of confidence going into free agency. Like, oh, they moving.
Yeah, they about business. Like I said,
different.
They're ready to work.
Right. And like I said, Cowboys fan, the thing about me that shows with this Dallas Cowboys staff versus the Jason Garrett era, at least they are addressing the issues. Because honestly, y'all saw my channel. I dropped the video. I thought Mike Nolan was staying. After I heard Mike McCarthy speak, Stephen Jones, Jerry Jones, it all sounded like Mike Nolan was going to be the guy that they were going to keep. They fired him. They moved. They didn't even give him a lateral move. We all thought it was going to be like a lateral move. Still remain in house. They fired him. They moved on. They found their guy with Dan Quinn. Also brought on Joe Witt, and they moved on. So at least this team is acknowledging their mistakes and their issues, and they're addressing it. So as a Cowboys fan, I'm excited about that because I feel like if this was the Jason Garrett era, they would have held on to Mike Nolan just a little bit longer, gave him the COVID excuse and whatnot, and rolled back out there to kind of see what things happen. But at least they were able to acknowledge what's going on and say, you know what, we're going to move forward.
I want to do like Jimmy Johnson used to do, man, send messages.
Right.
So like you draft Collins.
Right.
Hey, y'all ain't the best linebackers in the room no more.
Mm-hmm.
You draft the running back later in the draft. Hey, look, Zeke, we mess with you. But
competition.
Look, don't mess with you that much. Figure it out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, start sending messages like, hey, y'all. Like, we not going to just stand for just because you had a good year, you got you grandfathered in. Like Spoonie was saying. Maybe they were great players.
Right.
Optimal word is worth.
What have you done for me lately?
What have you done for me lately? So send a couple messages this offseason. Like y'all see how we moved on from Nolan. Like, hey, Mike. Like he was saying, hey, Mike, look, man, you need to go ahead and get to that NFC Championship game or Kelly going to be a 33-year-old head coach.
Right.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
And look,
you also got Dan Quinn in house. Quinn can kind of, help Keller Moore along the ride. So, yeah, man. But like I said, I'm not going to keep you guys on. Like I said, we can keep going. But before we check out, man, I want everybody kind of, introduce where they channels and whatnot. And then this. You on the board is number 10 pick. I'm saying this Cowboys fan. I'm doing a show with the Fan to Fan Network. It's going to be Cowboys and like NFL ambassadors for all over the NFL. And I'm going to be making the pick. You know what I'm saying? So we'll definitely keep y'all up to date for that, man. But all right, so go ahead. Let y'all channel know where everyone can find y'all at. It's the 10th pick. Who are y'all taking? And then we're going to get on out of here, man. So Spoon you up, man.
Oh, damn. Well, listen, I'm not going to give you the most popular choice, but again, this is my draft crush, and I'll reach. It is what it is. Xavier Collins, linebacker from Tulsa.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, y'all know why I'm here. Pitts Hive all day, every day. Gang. Come on, bring me Pitts, and let's go and get that next Infinity Stone in that collar. Let's power up and let's do what it do. Yeah. I mean, low key, Slater High. But yeah, the Pitts though. Offense. How about that?
Yeah. Offense high. Respect.
Team offense is where I'm offensive high at 10. unless we trade back. But man, you can find me on Twitter, man. Your_guy_Knicks. Stargame Podcast on YouTube. You catch me, Spoonie, and Mary L over there. Hit that sub, man. We're over 100. We're trying to get to 500 subs before next season, man. Help us grow the gang.
Yeah,
yes,
E, you up, man? You on the board, E?
Kyle Pitts.
Let's get it. Pitts game.
Next.
Loki Slater.
Hey, man. All right, Ron. Go ahead, bro.
Hey, man, it's your boy, Mr. Ron, Cowboys Fan Talk. You can find me at Cowboys Fan Talk on YouTube and Cowboys_Fan Talk on Twitter. All 30 of my followers, man.
You over 100. Now. I checked. You over 100.
I'm almost at 100. Hey, look,
yeah.
101.
And I'll bet it for you, bro. Twitter followers ain't always good to be, man.
My brother's been helping me get some followers. I appreciate you.
Shit, I just followed you.
Hey, look, I appreciate that. Straight up. What was I gonna say? I am team. I'm with Spoonie. Collins is my. I would be hyped if we took Collins, but during this episode, Surtain got pushed to the back. I'm thinking about a powerful, like the trenches. What he said, the game is one of the trenches. I'm team Slater, man. I'll take Slater.
Hey, look.
At night with Slater.
If nothing else, we got him off of defense over the offense. If nothing else,
it's a progress, man.
You know why?
We'll come back in a few
about our future. And you're right. If you take Slater and then you say, okay, we event like 1 year at guard or 1 year at the other tackle, and then you can stop worrying about Tyron.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely a good pick, too. It's definitely a good pick. This
can block, too, though.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of team. I'm on Spoonie because Collins, that's who I want. That's who I want. Because he would. I'll tell you what, and he's going to go up the board. I mean, as this thing happens, I absolutely believe Collins is going to go up the board. I know, because it's kind of started out. He was like a mid-second rounder. Then all of a sudden, he's kind of a early second, late first. By the end of this thing, I think Collins will end up going in the top 15. He's 6'4".
Yeah, you already know.
He can play any position,
and he's not slow. Like he's not 6'4".
He's.
Yeah, so it's your boy Jay Tuck, man. Cowboys fans only on YouTube. Go ahead, comment, like, subscribe. Also hit me up on Twitter at JTuck151, and then also go to cowboysfansonly.com to get your CFO merch. And it's Jamar Chase, and we out. All right. Hey, appreciate my guys for coming on, man. We're going to do some more of this all off season, man. Continue to keep that content dropping. Spoon, are you going to run for me on Matt tonight? Are you saving New York City right now?
No. Listen, you know what? If you want to get on, we can definitely get on. I got something for you. I got good for you.
All right. I don't want Ben DiNucci to scare you out of playing the game. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all for coming on. Everybody in the chat, man, I appreciate y'all. Subscribe to all these guys' channel, man. These are my guys, man. We're going to keep more content, man. I hope everyone's a good Friday night. And we out. Jamar Chase, Team 80 Burgers. Peace.
Get your 84 jersey.